the cat.
Oh, well, hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. Mostly drunk. I'm doing my best, Billy Crystal. Mostly drunk. I am joined, as always, by my co-host and brother, Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great. That was Alex Crystal. that didn't really sound like Billy Crystal. That was Alex Crystal.
You know, I saw that Saturday Night Live movie, Saturday Night, and they had a guy playing Billy Crystal. Looks nothing like Billy Crystal, but the voice is on point, I have to say.
Okay. Shout out to everybody watching right now.
Shout out to everybody watching. Appreciate you guys.
We actually can do this show alone, but we don't, Alex. We don't.
That is true. We do not do this show alone, and we're never alone when we're together. But we are joined by,
that's true.
as always, he's basically family, but y'all just hate him because he's light skinned. Jack Cobb, welcome back to the show.
Hello. How is everybody doing tonight?
What is this? What is this that you're doing?
I don't know. I am in a very oddly euphoric mood tonight. I got a root canal last Wednesday, which was fine. Honestly, didn't hurt. Wednesday, Thursday, I was fine. And then it got bad. And I slept about 4 hours a night the past 3 nights. So I went back to the dentist today. Turns out there was an abscess. I've taken 1 antibiotic pill and I feel so good right now. Oh my God. It's like a drug, the lack of pain.
Dude, I'm very happy for your absence of pain. I know
happiness is a drug. I'm not gonna lie. Happiness is a drug.
Bliss, it might be a drug.
Bliss.
If I may be so bold.
One could argue.
Shout out to everybody watching right now. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Fifth Bantha. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Film Age.
Eric said, "You're never alone when you're with Christ," and absolutely, hallelujah.
That's the only reason that I don't like that is because I go to the bathroom a lot.
Who do you? Hey, when you're standing there and you wipe and there's nothing on the paper, it's because he's there.
Roll Tide. Scroll Tide.
What an image. Guys, we have an amazing show for you tonight. We are talking about the finale of Agatha All Along. We are talking about the finale of Grotesquerie. We are talking about the Penguin. We're talking about Invincible Fight Girl. And as always, we're talking shit. But before we get into the nitty and the gritty, I just want to get some house cleaning out of the way, get these plugs out of the way. We want to just remind you or kindly suggest that you peruse through our merchandise store where you can find hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of shit with our stupid name on it.
You fucking go over there.
It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the. Well, it's in the description. Whatever. The bottom. Oh,
yeah.
It's at the bottom.
It's over to the right.
But look,
move
man,
down.
I just got this right here. It's getting cold, so I was like, let me get another shawl so that I can always have shawl.
Hey, you gotta have that shawl. It's getting chilly out here.
It is, man.
Even in LA. And I got this sweet Drunk Banthas hat from the merch store,
which is new. They just started adding those recently. And if I'm not mistaken, well, you know what? I don't know for a fact, but there's always discounts on that store, like 30, 40, 60% off discounts. They don't last all the time. You know what I'm saying? They're very sporadic, but if you go on there every once in a while, check it out, you will get some great deals. No bullshit. For real.
Yeah, there's always like weird deals,
I literally
like
be trying to get them.
Yeah, like actually took advantage of one of the deals this past weekend because it was like free shipping up until I think it's up until the end of this weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, like sometimes they have like 15-20% off. So guys, check out the merch store. There's a merch tab in the homepage. You can check that out if you want to get some of this sweet merch.
Yeah, and if you're on Nerds at Night,
Speaking of that merch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had a question for Alex. On that hat, is the drunk Banthas a little off center there?
It's a little off. It's my head's just a little off center. It's a little, and it is a little.
I like the little tilty. I like it not coming straight on at you. I think it looks better that way.
Technically, it is a little off center.
See, I like that. I think that makes it look better.
Yeah, it's literally. Well, no, you know what? I don't want to say that. It is somewhat almost
so many returns because it's not literally.
Right. It's very so much similarly to Star Wars. Don't know why people say that, but a lot of people say that. Yeah, I don't know why.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah. But yeah, it's very
crazy. You guys are clearly a Trekkie channel.
Also, everybody check out the in Nerds at Night, we got the T-Pin store up.
Oh yeah.
I just realized right now that that's the only store that we have up on Nerds at Night is for the store for the T-Pins. And shout out to Terry. We finally got our stuff in the mail.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
We got our gift bag to show their stuff off, but
very cool shit.
Yeah, we got camels.
And beautiful. I don't know if this does justice to.
I don't know if all these diamonds are real, but I'm gonna tell everybody they are.
Camels have one of the straightest spines in the animal kingdom, despite the humps.
Man, really? That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. That may speak to their good posture.
It's why they never have. It's why they never have neck issues. Obviously. Getting it in under 8 minutes. I'm proud of us, guys.
Hey, man, we teaching the people.
While we're getting these plugs out of the way, I also want to remind you guys to tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time to the Bantha Bunch, hosted by your favorite cousin, Bill. Billiam, what are you guys going to be talking about this Thursday?
Man, you know what's crazy? I don't know what we're going to be talking about on there, but we will. You know what? We will be talking about.
I mean, Florida, just like a slow news week.
Florida, man. It's Florida, man. But you know what? We will definitely be talking about the results of the election coming on Thursday. We will talk about the results. But on Tuesday, you can watch right here on Nerds at Night and Drunk Banthas channel. We will be here live. I'll be here live. I'll just be sitting here watching what's going to happen. Is the world going to burn? Are we going to turn the test? Are we going to make history? Is history going to be made? Is the first female president going to be elected? Who knows? But I know that I'll be here talking about it right here.
I was filling out my calendar for the week yesterday, and I thought to myself, how incredibly fitting that this year, Election Day, is on Remember the 5th of November.
Right? I was thinking that exact same thing. I was like, I got to get a fucking post ready.
Yep. I'll be watching V tomorrow, and it feels very appropriate for this election.
Yeah. I don't think we've had an election at the 5th of November in quite a while.
Oh, man.
It's the first Tuesday, but I mean,
yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of days it could be.
Yeah.
I'd like to think it's a good omen. But before we move on to our
because it was a day, oddly enough, they caught a terrorist that day. And it's like the only time that a terrorist has been celebrated throughout history. Consistently.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. But I mean, I think I blame Alan Moore. But before we move on to our first topic, Alan Moore wrote V for Vendetta, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
And I believe he hated the movie, which makes me sad because I love the movie.
Yeah.
He's a curmation.
I don't blame him. I blame Mr. Smith. What's his name? Mr. Smith, the dude who
yeah.
I blame him. If he hadn't done such a fucking amazing job,
it's too good,
then no one would even know what that movie is.
I'll tell you what. I don't care what any writers, directors, actors, I don't care. I love it, and that's my tomorrow. To escape from this world, I'm going to watch a violent overthrow of a government and be like, this is good. This is comforting.
And I'm gonna watch Josie and the Pussycats.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
I did not expect that to go together so well. But now let's get ready for our first topic of the night. That's right. We are going through Fraggle Rock, over the Reading Rainbow, across Sesame Street, and right before we get to the Witch's Road, I should change that, but it's too corny. I still love that.
You can't change it until we start doing another three television shows.
So going down the silo. We are going to head
all the way across the dunes.
Across the dunes. We are meeting up with Jack Cobb to go to Jeff's comic book corner. Jeff, what are we talking about today?
The Woods by James Tynion
He doesn't need your
IV.
help, Alex.
So I figured since we just had Halloween, I'll finish it off with one more good horror comic. And I put it to our little internal group chat. I said, hey, what do you guys want? I got aliens, monsters, or zombies. And one person responded, so we're going with aliens. All right. So this comic is called The Woods. It is by James Tynion IV, who Alex is in love with because he is the gentleman that wrote Something's Killing the Children, which would have been the monster choice. So this book opens up with this, just a full page of this weird, like glowing monolith thing and a bunch of different people staring at it. One's a kid. One looks like almost like a Mayan or Aztec warrior. One almost like an Australian Aboriginal. I think that other guy's supposed to be like Roman. And then we cut back to the kid who's just saying, "I know exactly what I have to do." And then it immediately cuts to a high school in Milwaukee. and this is what it's about. It's about a bunch of high school kids. And we started off here where, hang on 1 second. I will be right back. Don't worry about cutting from me. I'm watching you.
Yeah, well, no, we don't have to worry. It's all
Foster
good.
Pup had what was not a toy.
Oh,
We're introduced to our first two characters, who are Karen Jacobs and Sana Miyota, and they're friends, and it's literally just talking about high school stuff. Karen's freaking out like, "Oh my God, I'm going to die. I didn't send out a single college application. What am I going to do? My parents are going to kill me." And Sanami's like, "It's fine. It's really not that big a deal. Like, hey, it happens, like, get over it." And like, she tries like reminding her like, "Hey, you remember, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to get the fuck out of Wisconsin, but like, do you remember when we were younger and we were having a sleepover and like, we were singing Lion King so loud that the neighbors called the cops? You thought your parents were going to kill us for that?" And then Karen's like, "No, they're actually going to kill me for this." And just, typical high school, everything's the most important thing. Everything's the worst thing. It's very typical. And then we immediately get a kid named Calder, who's just got his dick out. He's in the girls' locker room, and he's just like, "Hey, what's up? Got any field hockey skirts? I lost my pants." That's it. Kid's just streaking through high school. And then the girls are like, "Oh, let's beat his ass," and like they got their field hockey sticks and stuff. And then it cuts out to the hallway, and we see this girl, Maria Ramirez. She's the the student council president, and she's talking with John Beaumont, who's the principal of the school. And we see them just kind of going back and forth a little bit, and it's so funny watching what's her name, Maria. She's just way too into it. She thinks student council's way more than it is, and all this. And we keep getting like these little introductions of them, and they're really I actually like them. I think that, usually we get this is Maria, she's 16, student council pres. This is John, he's 32, been principal for 5 years. These ones are a bit funnier. Like Maria's is like, wishes she could strangle whoever told Mr. Beaumont to be a principal. And Mr. Beaumont says, wishes he could strangle whoever told him to become a principal. So they get some funny things going in here. And like I said, it's just school stuff. It's the middle of a hallway. And then we cut to Calden just running by them with his dick out still. And yeah, he's just streaking through the halls now. And, oh no, Sonomy and Karen are chasing him. And Mr. Beaumont gets all red-faced and starts chasing him. But Calder doesn't care. He's just running. He bumps into a kid, Ben, who's the bigger guy in this picture. And after he runs by, we get Isaac coming in. We get introductions to these guys. And we get like little things here and there, like Isaac being like, man, I heard coach wanted you to join the football team again, and you turned him down. Must be pretty nice. And Ben's just like, oh, okay, and just like walks off. And then Isaac dips into this like computer room, it looks like. And that's where we meet who's going to be one of the biggest characters in this, Adrian Roth. And his little introduction bubble is Adrian Roth knows he's smarter than the rest of these idiots. And Isaac comes in and just starts goofing around. He's like, ah. And Adrian's talking with him, and he's like, "Oh, so let me guess, the cast list went up." And Isaac's like, "Ah," he's like, "I bet you didn't make it." And he's like, "No, I didn't. I'm just gonna be, crew again." And da da da. And they start talking, and they're talking more. And Isaac's like, "Man, I never get anything I want. Do you even know what that feels like?" And we get this little bit of a glimpse when Adrian's saying, "Yeah, I do." And we see what he's reading is. MIT is telling him like, we regret to inform you. So like he's finding out that he's been rejected from MIT in this. So it's one of those things where it's nice that we see like, oh, he's the brains. He thinks he's so much smarter, but not smart enough, And then immediately we get like, it's almost like it's an earthquake or something, just some rumbling. And right after that, it cuts out to the rest of the school. And in the rest of the school, it's not just rumbling. They see this giant flashing white light that's just blinding everyone, and it's encompassing the entire school. And then it cuts back to the people, all the kids, and like, they're in like the dark school, and they're like, hey, something's going on. And Adrian's like, wait, what's that? And he's pointing out the window, and he looks out, and we just see this reflection in his glasses. And he's like, it's glowing. And he's just like, it's this monument, this monolith, this mini pyramid that we saw in the opening pages. So then all the kids go running outside, and they're like, why is it dark already? And like, what are these weird plants? And they notice this one tree, and like one of the kids is like, is that tree, does it sound like it's moving? And at this point, like a little girl's talking with the principal, and she's like, are we gonna die? And he's like, no, why would you think that? And she's like, something's wrong. And then the tree fucking explodes, and all these weird bad alien things just start attacking and trying to eat a bunch of high school kids. So anyway, then we see the bats flying off, and now in the background we see what's happening behind the school, and we see this giant pink planet with a ring around it. And it's clear they're not on Earth. They're not even in our solar system anymore. So at this point, like everyone's freaking out, and like we got these little groups talking. And one of the funniest things is Maria comes up, and she goes, Maria is like, Sonomy, we got to go take care of this. Da, da, da. We got to have an emergency student council meeting. Karen's like, are you out of your mind? We're on a different planet now. And Maria's like, exactly. It's even more important. And it's just so funny. They really, really capture the holier than thou high school kid who's just absolutely buying their own shit and thinks things are more important than they are at all. So anyway, we cut back to the story, and we get a picture of the glowing thing again. And now Adrian's at it with Isaac, and Isaac's like, what is it? And Isaac's like, we should go back. And Adrian's like, no, we can't. No. And Isaac's like, no, seriously, we got to go back. And Adrian freaks out. He's like, no, we can't go back. And Isaac's like, what, dude, what's going on with you? And Adrian's like, I understand it. I get it. No one else is going to understand it, but I understand it. And Isaac's clearly like, dude, I'm getting freaked out. And Adrian's like, the only way we're going to survive is if we get to the heart of these woods. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? So from then it cuts back into the school. And now we get Isaac walking in. And he's telling everyone like, hey, Adrian actually has some theories here. And, you know, not only are we not on Earth anymore, we really like, we got to go. Isaac's already all on board. He's like, we got to go into the woods. We got to go. And Adrian says, we need some people with specific skills. And they're like, are you out of your fucking mind? Why would we go? And he's like, just Adrian knows what we're doing. We got to go. Like, you guys know about camping and stuff. They're like, there's not a fucking chance we're going to do that, man. And then we get them talking and they're just saying like, dude, what the hell was that about? I'm like, I don't know. They want to go camping right now? Are they out of their fucking mind? And and in the background, that little girl that was so scared before is just kind of standing there. She's all alone and stuff. And then literally the next panel, a giant fucking wolf bat alien monster crashes through the window right in front of this little girl. Now, don't worry. It's exactly what you think. He fucking eats her. Literally just starts chomping down all bloody mess in front of all the other fucking kids. It's awesome. So that girl's dead. Yeah, she's not gonna. I don't think she's gonna be in the next movie, guys. So anyway, the thing's eating her, and all the other kids are freaking out. Karen tries hitting it with a chair because that's gonna do something, and like all the kids are like, "Get out of the fucking room! Get out of the room!" And now everyone's freaking the fuck out. They're running through all the halls. They're trying to close the doors because any classroom that has windows, these aliens are coming in. So they're trying to keep everything out while they're running around. Sonomy's like, I gotta go. Maria's right. We got a student council. And Karen's like, all right, I gotta go. And Karen ends up going and she's running off. And then we see Adrian and Isaac again. And now, excuse me. And now Adrian's actually making some points. He's like, listen, yeah, that's a glowing stone, but it's actually like, if you look at it again, it's an arrow. It's pointing where we have to go. Like, we got to do this stuff. And they're all like, you're fucking insane. You know that? And Adrian's like, you couldn't get anyone else? And it's like, well, this is all we had. And Adrian's just like, starts pointing out. He's like, listen, the school's not safe. Not only are we going to run out of food, there's 500 of us here. There's no running water. No one knows what's happening. There's no way Earth can find us here. He's like, it's also a powder keg. And like, it's gonna erupt. We're on a fucking alien planet. And this part I love, because now Ben's like, moon. And Adrian's like, wait, what? And Ben's like, well, we're on a moon, right? That was a gas giant. There's no way this is a planet orbiting that. This is a moon. And Adrian's like, yeah, moon, whatever. So I just love that. Adrian thinks he's so smart, and immediately it's like, no, you're not. But he starts being like, all right, well, anyway, Calder, you got like a bunch of knives, right? Like, how many do you have like in your locker? And he's like, I mean, I got like 6. If I can get the principal's office, I could probably get 5 more. And then Adrian turns to Ben and he's like, and you're strong. You're like the strongest kid in the school. You should be our muscle when it's already, and Ben's clearly not feeling it. Because obviously he's already shown us that he's smarter than anyone gives him credit for. But then Karen busts in. And she's coming in and she's covered in blood. She's like, well, Carrie's dead. And Calder's first reaction is just make a joke about it. You got to love the resident streaker. Really, really cutting the tension. Anyway, so now Karen's like, listen, it's chaos out there. I'm coming with you. And Adrian tries being like, I don't remember anyone inviting you. And she's like, oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you what. I come, or if you leave me here, I just tell all of the adults and you get stopped immediately. So like, I guess you can come. So now we get a quick little cutscene of, we get the principal doing exactly what they thought he was going to do. He's freaking out. He's like, let's go to the gymnasium. Everyone will be safe in the gymnasium. Then we get Calder. He's in the principal's office. He's grabbing his knives while also just subtly burning his permanent record in the garbage can. We got Ben, who everyone's like, yeah, you're just a muscle. But he's actually the only one thinking here because he's loading his backpack with water and food because clearly they're going to need that if they're going to go off into some weird alien woods. And we got Karen grabbing her field hockey stick as well. Bitch is ready to fight. So after that, we see them. They gather back up around the monolith, and they start heading off into the woods. And after they do, we get some words from the monolith saying, "Key target activated. 5 units departing extraction point 173. Initiating test protocol." And that's the end of the first issue. And that's The Woods by James Tynion IV.
Just click it.
Clicked it like 6 times.
You clicked it too many times. That's what happened. You keep clicking it, and then it just keep going on and off and on and off.
But yeah, that was just Comic Book Corner, man. That sounds super fucking interesting.
Like I said, this one is Lord of the Flies on an alien planet.
Am I the one who responded to that poll in the Instagram?
Nope. It wasn't a poll. It was just a general question. Kirstyn responded. And so, hey, this was the one. Monster was going to be Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah, I heard that. And I was like, damn, I would have voted.
See, the problem is if I had said that, I knew exactly that not only would you have voted, you wanted to shut up until it was the only one I chose.
Yes.
And then Zombie is a book called Revival, where, strangely enough, also set in Wisconsin. Because I guess weird shit just happens in Wisconsin. Or starts in Wisconsin and gets transported to an alien planet.
It's a very weird place.
Yeah.
Been there, yeah.
It breeds sci-fi stuff, apparently. But no, this comic book seems super, super interesting. I'm definitely...
It's a good one. And it's also, I like it because I think there's 36 issues in total. So it's Boom Comics.
Love Boom Comics.
Boom being indie, but a bigger indie. They tend to end their comics. So it's not like what you get with the big two, DC and Marvel, where even after you kill off a character, it's like, all right, when's he coming back? This one, we actually get endings. And like I've said many times, give me a good ending. You need them.
Yeah, I appreciate the end of things, which is, yeah, like which is why I appreciate Boom Comics a lot. Like I like Flavor Girls. It's another Boom comic.
Okay, nasty.
That one's really, really cool. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's one that you can find on a specific hub site that some states need to use a VPN for.
Flavor
Girls. I
would know that sound.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
I would nominate
Eat
that
the
one
cat.
for.
Eat the cat.
I would nominate that one for Jeff's Comic Book Corner if he's
Eat
down
the
to
cat. Eat the
I
cat.
mean, I got a good one for our next one, but yeah, Boom's got a lot of really good ones. They've got the Berserker comic that Keanu Reeves wrote. That one's actually it's surprisingly good considering who would think that I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I like Keanu, but just who thought dude could write a comic book, you know?
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
There's another one called Mimetic, which is a good fucked up sci-fi horror one. Obviously, Something's Killing the Children. They have a lot of really, really good ones.
Shout out to Othelius. He said, Flavor Girls sounds like a sugar-free song. For that, sir, you will get.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
no wonder Alex loves Boom Comics. They released the Dune comics.
I have not read the Dune comics, but Lisa Al-Gaib.
We need that drop coming up soon.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You guys, we're going to be talking about
Dune season.
We're going to be talking about Dune. What's it called?
Dune Prophecy.
Dune Prophecy.
November. We're going to have our 3-hour shows. We're going to talk about every other thing for 5 minutes, and then the rest will just be Dune.
Yeah.
Is that how you want to do it, Alex?
It's going to be the Dune show. Yeah. Come November 15th.
It's not in our title, but tonight we're also talking about Invincible Fight Girl, and we'll be talking about through November. But that's going to get very little attention if it doesn't get very much so better. Not that it's bad, but we will be talking a lot of Doom.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you remember that part where we're talking shit?
There you go. Yeah, it might be a staple of that.
It's a pretty short show, so like, yeah, it's not going to take up a lot of time on the podcast. But yeah, I am excited to talk about Dune Prophecy when that comes out, and we'll also be talking about season 2 of Silo, also having a Dune alum Rebecca Ferguson
Yo.
in that show. So it'll be exciting to.
You know
Cover
what's
that.
crazy?
Hmm?
We're on a great schedule as far as time,
Yeah.
and
Not
like I mean, killing it right now. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. You're killing it right now. You know, which that is called a hard segue.
Hard segue.
Yeah, hard segue.
Probably the best kind we do.
Yeah, that's right. Rough and nasty.
Yeah, we hit the curb a little bit. It's like, damn, I need to get my tires fixed now.
How else are you supposed to know where to park?
But
yeah, let's move on to our next topic of the night. We are talking.
We're talking about
Step into the ring with Invincible Fight Girl.
Yeah, we're talking about Invincible Fight Girl.
Yeah.
It's the new HBO
it's new.
Animated series that
That's right.
is coming to Toonami and is also premiering on Max the day after. Let me just explain the synopsis for this show real quick. A young girl named Andy living in wrestling world endeavors to become the best pro wrestler ever and takes on the alias of Fight Girl to make herself known. Now, what did you guys think of this first episode of Invincible Fight Girl? Jeff, I'll let you go first.
I just didn't care. I didn't care. It also doesn't help though that I'm not a wrestling fan, so it was really hard to kind of get in anyway. I mean, I think the only thing wrestling wise I really have ever liked was the movie Ready to Rumble, and this ain't no Ready to Rumble, man.
You're comparing this to Ready to Rumble?
It's the only wrestling thing I've ever really enjoyed.
Okay, fair. So you're not a wrestling fan in general.
No, and outside of wrestling, I don't feel like this had enough to rope me in. The only other, I will say this for it did kind of remind me of Mobile Fighter G Gundam, which I loved that fucking show. But I don't think it's going to be that good.
I did really appreciate these first two episodes. I really enjoyed them because they're super anime. Like, as much as I like Hippo and like Avatar, which are just like very anime like inspired, like this just like felt like a straight up anime. Like it felt like a G-rated Kill la Kill. You know, like it felt like that kind of vibe, but like we're not going to see anybody's breasts in this cartoon.
You don't know that.
Spoilers.
That's a very honest statement that you do not know that.
Yeah, that's true. I do not know that.
Someone over at Toonami might be like, I don't want this job anymore.
Fuck.
What?
Othelius is right. Like, what's his name? Morbius. Not Morbius. What's his name?
Mysterio.
I said everybody's
right.
name except him.
Yeah, all the Marvel characters with him.
Mysterio was right. Y'all ready for Arcane? We got 4 shows in
That's
November.
right. Arcane's coming out too. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Next week.
Season 2.
Yeah,
That's next week?
boy.
November 9th.
Yeah.
3 episodes on November 9th.
Oh, it's on and popping.
That's perfect because we're about to lose 2 shows this week.
Well, you know what? This is interesting. We have 3 episodes November 9th, 3 episodes November 16th, 3 episodes November 23. I'm actually in for this. I can get behind this.
Yeah, that's how they released them last time too, where they just like they released them in basically 3 acts, which I thought was really cool. Like the 3 acts of the season, they just released every other weekend. Yeah, I'm really excited about Arcane, and Silo and Doom Prophecy. So that's what we're going to be talking about soon. But let's talk about Fight Girl. How did you feel about the first episode of Fight Girl?
First 2 episodes, or
first 2 episodes. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say
It's like the premiere, just the general initial thoughts.
Right. I thought your thoughts ain't my thoughts. No, shout out to the Survivor Scrolls.
Shout out to the survivors.
Scroll Tide.
Scroll Tide. I thought
That needs to be a shirt, by the way. Shout out to the Survivor Scroll.
It absolutely has to be.
yes.
We have so many t-shirts on the top.
Yes. Oh my god. Anyway, anybody who can draw, let's get it together. Let's get it together. Anyway, this show might not get done in the next 3 weeks. Like it needs to keep it going, man. This was for me, it was hard to watch. Now, I'm not as big of an anime fan as y'all are, but this one is gonna be hard for me to get through because it seems like they're taking all the softer aspects of anime and incorporating it hard into this show. And
off an anime to watch this, and I was still like, eh.
Say that again.
I like anime. I turned off an anime to watch this show, and I was still like, eh.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like, I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying or if it makes sense what I'm saying, like a softer side of anime. The music choices were very like Casio keyboard type thing, and I need more. I think I need more. You know, I need more of that.
Let's get some Samurai Champloo soundtrack going.
Yeah,
I agree.
some Cowboy Bebop,
Some
Sailor
jazz.
Moon type, type shit. Because it's the moments aren't keeping up with the beat of what is taking place. I feel like.
Well, I totally appreciate that because there are many faces to anime. Like there's your Cowboy Bebops, and then there's your like Dragon Ball, like 70s, which is like more goofy. And I feel like it's more in the vein of like the vibe of this show.
But the music is still more edgy than this show. I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying, but I feel like the music is just taking me out of it when it's just like all sweet and nice with bitch, you about to fight. You fighting, bitch. You're in the middle of a fight.
It's funny because the music brings me in because it feels like every song, it feels like you just walked into a market in Final Fantasy. Like that. That's the
right, that's actually really good.
Yeah, it's like I'm like playing Legends of Legaia and I just
I'll get you a blitz ball for Christmas, buddy.
Yeah, dude. No, that's a great.
Oh man, please give me a blitz ball.
Legends of Legaia and a Super Nintendo, please.
I wonder if they make replica blitz balls on Etsy. What's up, ADHD?
I'm sure somebody does. Oh man, put in the comments if you got a good blitz ball link. But let's talk about the first episode. Andy and I
just thought that was funny.
They said in the comments, get the Alchemist and Madlib to do a soundtrack for a Watanabe anime.
That shit would be fucking hard.
Oh man, the #1 on Spotify immediately. Episode 1: Andy and her parents watch a wrestling match where Casa Poblana easily beats her contestant, and Andy is amazed, but her parents are unhappy. 10 years later, she is ready to start her first day as an accountant while living on Accountant Isle. What did you guys think about just like the world building for this world? Because we see, she's inspired as a kid, and then we obviously see that she's destined to be an accountant because of the weird structural system in this world. Jeff, what did you think about just like the world building here?
I thought it was lazy. I mean, like, all the we're a family of accountants. Where do we live? Accountant Island. I mean, like, and this is going obviously past episode 1, but was anyone surprised that little old lady was Poblana? No. I mean, like, it wasn't. You are full of shit. She was wearing a pepper on her back, and her name is Poblana. Poblana Pepper.
Come on, Alex.
That's my ignorance about peppers.
No, you gotta remember. You gotta
Also-
remember. The other day, I did remember. I had to ask you what the hell is a poblano. Remember, I did ask that in the chat.
Well, so
Not
even
too long
outside,
ago.
well, first off, it is one of the best peppers. Second off, even outside of that, just the way the way shows are written, but especially the way cartoons and anime are written,
Yeah.
shocking the one woman who's like giving her weird little sage advice is the one that's her idol. It's so I mean, that's the way they're written. And the thing is,
You didn't see that coming?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no. You were correct to do so.
That was great. That was
And
great.
they also do it in episode 2, and it's not even like it was hard for her to figure it out. She literally got in a stranger's car. She Ubered to her idol.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I definitely should have seen that coming. They pretty much ham-fisted that pretty early.
I'm judging you now.
Crazy term.
I'm a bad viewer. Yeah, I definitely didn't see that coming, but I did.
Viewer, person, whatever.
I did like the world building here. Like, I just like how silly it is. Again, it just feels like a Pokemon type world where it's just like for whatever reason, everybody's just super obsessed with this one thing. Whether that in that world it's fighting, making animals fight each other. In this, it's wrestling. I just like the silliness of the world building. But I'm also a 9-year-old. What about you, Bill? What did you think of the world building?
It was a lot of exposition that was like Jeff said, it was a little bit forced, pushy. Poblano pepper. I don't know nothing about no poblano. But when he explained how he made the stuffed poblano with the cheese in it,
It's so good.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, all I know is it sounds delicious.
That's all I can really think about now that he said the
Man,
poblano.
I can eat again. I should make that this week.
But I think that it was lacking. Well, you know what? This is the thing. We don't know nothing about this show. It's the first 2 episodes. They got to explain this world because it's a world separate completely of the rules that we operate under in our everyday situation. Now, so with that being said, I'm not mad at it. It just was definitely heavy in that.
Yeah.
Like, the force was strong with this one. The exposition was strong with this one.
And maybe it did benefit from having the 2 episodes come out at the same time. So they get all this exposition out of the way, and then we can get into just like the nitty and the gritty.
The ditty and the what?
The nitty and the gritty.
Okay, it sounded like you said the ditty and the gritty, and
yes.
That means something different nowadays.
Exactly.
Nowadays, I don't think that's the thing that anyone ever says.
I don't know.
If they had, it wouldn't have sounded as bad.
That's because you ain't been to one of them parties.
Back in the way back.
That's true. I never got an invite to any of those parties.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, that might be a good thing.
Yep. Now y'all know why we not famous. If you ever watch the show, go, man, how are they not famous?
Because we would have told everyone what happened on the podcast.
Yeah, it's going down that Thursday. I'll tell you
We
that.
ain't keeping our mouths shut for no one.
Nope. Well, wait a minute. I am keeping my mouth shut for just a couple of people.
Well, not just that. If you're not keeping your mouth shut at the Diddy party, that's even more trouble.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of none of that, Eric said in the chat, I think the fight scenes we got were really well animated and looked great.
I will agree there.
Yeah. I do want to show just like a quick clip of some of the animation.
Our special
So yeah.
Did that cut off or did you cut it off?
I like that's just like the
That was the whole of it.
Yeah, because you can't show too much. Yeah.
No, I was just curious if you just cut it off. I was like, nigga, why did you cut me off? I was trying to watch that. I was watching it.
It was just getting good.
That was another thing I wanted to mention is that you guys, I don't know if Jeff said anything, but you definitely mentioned Pokemon. Excuse me, and Pokemon was like influenced in. I'm sorry. But Dragon Ball Z was
Pokemon was there.
Heavily referenced in this as well. I mean, old girl, our main character, Andy, she's got a Goku haircut. She's got young Goku haircut. And we've got the what are they called? Oh my god, why did I just forget
the Busters?
No, the Perm Gang.
Oh, the Perm Gang. Yeah,
the Perm Gang is
Mr.
the
Satan.
no, they're the what are they called?
The
Oh, yeah.
Ginyu Force.
Ginyu Force. Yes.
They are clearly
Actually,
the
I'm gonna
Ginyu
play that
Force.
clip again just because like
The Ginyu Force?
he does shout out the Perm Gang right before he fights.
Our special.
The Perm Power Special.
Perm Power
Yeah.
Special.
They definitely had some Ginyu Force
They
vibes.
even had the little guy like in the fucking Ginyu Force with the little green frog man. Oh god. That's a good callback right there, Bill.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is straight up Ginyu Force, baby. I'm fucking with it too. And he's blue. You know what I mean? Like they got different, they're different
all,
colors.
Yeah, like they're weird. Yeah,
And then just the one random white guy.
Well, you don't want to fuck with that guy. That's what he had
got
to do.
beat pretty fast. By the way, fun little DBZ fact I just learned in that horrific movie Dragon Ball Evolution. You know that James Marsters played Piccolo, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Evidently, in one of the more recent Dragon Ball shows, I think Super, maybe not Super, I don't know. It's one of the more recent post Dragon Ball Z cartoons. He voiced one of the characters and used a pen name just so at cons when people are like, yeah, love Dragon Ball. Thanks for fucking that up for me. He can be like, hey, okay, it's okay. I made up for it. And now only you know. That's awesome.
It's a fun.
I just learned that this weekend.
I just want to point out that he cannot make up for it. That was a terrible movie.
Yeah,
I love James Marsters though.
I was just about to say, yeah, I will never be mad at Spike. He's my guy.
He lives near you guys.
Oh, does he?
Long Beach, I think. Well, at least that's where he grew up. He's still in California though.
Okay.
He probably actually lives. If I said like where we live at, a lot of artists and actors live at, so he probably lives right over here. Like Mahershala Ali lives over here. So
for very much for another day, but it turns out he's actually like one of the nicest, most genuine people on earth as well.
I've heard that. I've never heard a bad story about Mahershala Ali, which is weird because you can always catch somebody on a bad day. I'm sure somebody out there thinks I'm mad.
Especially after Blade gets canceled.
I was just gonna lie and say I heard one, but I met him. He's really nice. Also, though, I did predict when it happened before this was a live show. I said I met Mahershala Ali. He is not going to play Blade in a movie. I was like, he is too old. There is no way. Like when I met him in person, I'm just like, yo, this man here cannot play a superhero because he is old. He looked like he about 56 or 59 years old. It's not going down.
It's too late. I've been trying to put John Boyega into the ether for forever. Bill got hungry and stopped paying attention.
I didn't paying attention. I'm over here doing social media stuff and keeping up with the Joneses over here. That's all I'm doing. I swear to God, I'm paying attention. And I got mad knowledge. Remember, I said something about the anime and whatnot.
Yeah.
You forced it up, buddy.
You're doing good, man.
That's right.
Like not a lot story wise happens in these two episodes. Andy, she reveals herself to her family.
Oh, that's nasty. She's a child.
No, she's not. She's going out to. So that's the thing. She's like going out to work her first ever big kid job. She's like.
Okay,
21, 22.
That's what I'm saying. Is she in college? Is this
I think she's in the equivalent of graduating college,
graduating
from
high school or college?
So youngest 21, like we'll say 21 to 23.
It seemed more like a high school thing to me, but I'll go.
That's just
with
because we're old. When I see 21,
no, I mean, so if she's 21, if she's 21, for instance, right? Then why is she's the same age and height as all the little? Like, why are the little people not adult size?
Poblana is shorter than she is, and she's older than Dirt.
Old people get short. Old people get short.
Maybe she's like Kristen Chenoweth, where she's just like
All
tiny.
I'm saying, no, everybody
Hey,
in her ages group is the same height.
She's an LP.
I'm going with that she's in high school or like junior year. Their shit's different because she's too short. Because if she's an adult, she'd be the same size as the other adults. Like,
Yeah,
because you're not gonna grow at 21.
Well, also remember,
Four
there's
inches.
also like dog people and like bird people in this show. So I mean, they might just be bigger anyway.
I'm just saying.
it might be a stylistic choice. They haven't explicitly said what
okay.
Yeah, I mean they haven't explicitly said what their age group is. Like we'll see if they.
Eric's got a point. She goes to a bar.
Yeah, she must.
I mean, she walked in with an adult to a bar.
She goes to a bar
Yeah,
by herself.
she got drunk.
She walked into I mean, she did. She walked into a bar with an adult.
We also don't know the legal age for drinking in.
She didn't drink.
Wrestle
If
World.
she'd have drank,
72.
if she'd have drank a beer, I'd have been like, "You're in there like swimwear." I was watching too. Look, it's not like I just randomly thought of this question.
I mean, yeah. That's one of the things where this is this fantastical world. This is wrestling world. This is not Wisconsin. We don't know really what the laws or the rules are here.
Well, County Island seemed like they had their rules pretty well lined out. You go to this school, you live with your parents. I mean,
she's
I'm talking about
18.
just, like drinking. She's 18.
According to the Invincible Fight Girl wiki, she is an 18-year-old African American girl with dark brown hair and dark eyes.
There you go.
she's
So
like
that's what I'm
graduating high
thinking.
school.
Because they were all supposed to be getting to that
Wait.
last moment of the.
All right.
Right.
Well, then I'm saying the perm gang are fucking idiots. Because who walks up to an 18-year-old and is like, yeah, you can do my taxes? That's on them.
Hey, she's working there.
That's I
She's
blame
working there.
everything on the wrestlers, but they obviously, to me, that to your point, Jeff, they're using this to set it up that wrestlers are all assholes, or at least the ones who have made it are assholes.
Now,
because the plot line is that all of the senior accountants get sick, food poisoning or something like that's weird. But anyway, so that was why all of the young kids who are
they all need to pooples.
y'all gotta use the bathroom. Have you had a bowel movement?
Now, I will say I seem to be in the minority on IMDb. Overall, 7.7. Episode 1, 8.2. Episode 2, 8.5. So
shit. Okay.
And by the way, I also, again, I think a big part is because I just don't like wrestling. So I think that's also a part of why I'm just not enjoying it as much, which is fine.
And I honestly, I don't feel like that this is very inherently wrestling. Like I don't.
As someone who loves wrestling, or at least grew
up,
as someone who grew up loving wrestling, I would not put this in the category of wrestling necessarily. It's just more like they're using that as a vehicle to.
I think we can all agree
story
that there needs to be a Ready to Rumble. Does it hold up?
Because what's that?
Oh, it's
that's on the list, sir. What was her name? The Poblano lady.
Poblana.
Tell you something, Poblana. What she got going on, that ain't got nothing to do with wrestling. That bitch is Goku.
Yeah,
that's goddamn.
Yeah, she doing some Kaioken bullshit over there.
Yeah, no. That was King Kai type shit.
Oh, actually, Eric is actually comparing it to Avatar. He said it's comparable to bending. It's quote unquote wrestling. So we'll see how. All
right, I'll give you that one.
We'll
he
see.
Said something else earlier too. I don't know. I was gonna go.
Okay. Yeah, that was the she must be an adult. We said that.
No, it was up from there, but it doesn't matter. I'll find it later. Just keep pushing.
But
I'll tell you what, my favorite character of the series so far, that the ref bot, that guy I love. That guy was great.
Love Refbot.
R.I.P. Refbot. Spoilers.
I'm sure that we'll see Refbot again because he was actually pretty great. Guys, let us know what you thought of Invincible Fight Girl in the comments.
We didn't talk about how a fucking ring
They
came
also-
out of the fucking a ring bomb came out of the air. So those were the
love
cool.
that
Those
shit.
were the
That's
cool.
that's when I was like, all right, Mobile Fighter G Gundam,
Yeah.
Shining
I
Finger,
have
the
a feeling,
dumbest Gundam. I love it.
I have a feeling, or not just a hope, but I have a feeling that the further we go, the less issues me and Jeff will have with this.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully. Yeah. I think that it's just going to get more wacky and get more crazy aesthetically. And you guys will come back. You guys will come over to the dark side.
I did also watch this while delirious with pain, so that might have been affecting my grade.
It's like, I hate everything. Bill get in the ring with Poblana and say, hold up. I ain't signed up for this. Why she doing a spirit bomb?
Yeah, why she doing a spirit bomb? Hold on, baby girl. I ain't got no destructo disc.
She ain't gonna do a spirit bomb, but she's gonna throw a ghost pepper bomb at you.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready for any of that shit. I'm
They
calling
make ghost
Master
pepper
Roshi.
whiskey. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm calling Master Roshi because he'll at least SA her, and then she'll run away. She'll at least be threatened by the possibility of being
like,
SA.
no, I have to get out of here.
Master Roshi is a nasty character.
Yeah, he's like the Pepe Le Pew of anime.
He's worse than that.
But
I love how the big thing they were like, you know what we need to change? We can't call him Mr. Satan, not Master Roshi's clearly disturbing behavior towards underage children.
But we got to move on to the next topic. We are going to move on to
Grotesquerie.
sorry, I'm getting the brand ready. But yeah, we're talking about the last episodes of Grotesquerie. Man, what a finale. So much to talk about. And I'm personally ultimately disappointed, but Jack Cobb, I'll let you go first with the initial thoughts on this finale.
So I think I'll start by saying the IMDb rating is 4.5.
Is that bad?
Yep, that's the lowest of the series. It's the second lowest is a 6.3, and honestly, I don't think it's that far off. I mean, this was just another one of those, like, okay, you're just throwing everything against the wall and seeing what fucking sticks. This doesn't feel like even before this last episode. This was not the type of series that needed a second season, and you left it wide open for a second season. So many things that you introduced were just unnecessary and stupid. Like, you throw a men's right movement into this, and like, so is the men's right movement behind? Like, I don't even care if it is. Every part of it was just dumb and annoying, and I'm over it. I'm so glad this show is done. At least, excuse me. I'm so glad this season's done. I'm really scared they're going to do a second season.
Yeah, like
it's a good chance that that's going to happen.
That might be the most terrifying thing about this entire show, that we might get a second season. But yeah, I was disappointed.
Sorry, I had to test.
That's it. All right, we're done. We can move on to the next one now.
Yeah, I was definitely disappointed with the ending of this season, because this show had so much potential and a lot of things I was really interested in. And even when we had this like mid-season twist, Althelius in the chat, so that's how I feel about the election. Yeah, though there were a lot of things in the season that I really, really enjoyed. There were a lot of things that I just really, like, I don't know. I just feel like they dropped the ball, because there's this really compelling murder mystery, crazy seven like story that's going on. And then they would just like focus on just like the melodrama of people's infidelity And all I could think
Do we
was,
care? Are we caring about that?
So did you watch the video that I sent you?
no, I did not.
You didn't? Well, I'm gonna send it to the chat right now, and you're gonna pull it up.
This
You bastard.
someone told this the writers and directors like, "Hey, you just got carte blanche. Go for it."
Somebody
And
did.
you know what? Someone should have stopped them.
That is what it reminded me of, for real. Oh man, did I not send it? This is the wrong one. Well, this is one. This is what
This is the writers' room for this show, by the way. Did I mention last week that like we're just gonna go ahead and throw a
it's
we're
not.
gonna throw in a men's rights movement? We didn't do that. Well, I mean, we got an episode. We can do it, right? We got time.
It's not actually. That's the whole point of what I was trying to say or send to Alex earlier. I sent one, but I didn't send both. I just sent it. So can you pull it up in the messenger? Not in Messenger.
I think that when we were talking, I do think like when we were talking about this last week, we were saying like they haven't given themselves enough time to wrap things, and it turns out we were right. We were 100% right.
This is the thing. I looked it up, and there was a guy on. So this show was a book. I mean, this show was a book first, right? Like this is all based off of a book called Grotesquerie. I don't remember when it was made, but I went and did some deep diving because I was like, yo, why is this show ending this way?
September 2020. The fact that this book was published at the height of COVID seems very accurate.
Yeah, well, this one, the guy, so I was like, I'm going to go look at a book review. You know, like, maybe there's something wrong with the way I'm viewing it, right? And apparently the book has very similar reviews as far as what I have been saying, like, and what you've been saying a little bit, Alex, like, there's very compelling stories riddled throughout this show. And apparently the book is the same way. They say that the first part of the book is really like confusing and just all over the place. Mm-hmm. And then they say that the second part of the book, like the middle part of the book, is really just like where all of basically what we got that was interesting in this show, where it was the mysteries, the puzzles, the whodunits parts. Mm-hmm. And then the ending is another part of like just a bunch of crazy stories. So apparently it's just a book of really fucked up stories that have no endings, that have no, but still deal with the same characters that move around and do all this crazy shit. So if you love the book, then I guess you're sitting at home right now and going, no one understands me. But if you never seen the book and you don't know nothing about that, then I'm assuming you don't know what the fuck is going on, and you're probably upset.
If this description I'm reading is correct, it's a bunch of random fucked up stories too. They don't tie together.
They don't, but I think it's the same characters.
I mean,
you look at it, but if you look at episode 7 and compare it to episode 10, and that's exactly how the book is.
That makes so much more sense.
And so, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, man, I can't wait to tell the guys about this.
That makes me so happy.
Because when you look at the source material, they basically did exactly what the source does. But they might have done it better because...
Bro, of course this guy wrote this shit.
Billy Zane writes.
I didn't know Billy Zane was writing books.
Oh, this shitty goatee. God.
House of Usher did the same concept but better. I did not
watch that.
Usher. Yeah, that's
I've heard of House of Usher.
Netflix, I think I unfortunately have to get Netflix again.
I heard of House of Usher is different than the House of Diddy.
Oh, Ola Magante, what's up? Zippy?
What up, Zippy?
Love that profile pic. Need that hat.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to watch Follow the House of Usher, if for no other reason than Raul Coley. I fucking love that guy. I think he's such a good actor.
Shout out to Raul Cole.
iZombie, he is the medical examiner, the Indian guy with the British accent. And then in what was it? Midnight Mass, he was the sheriff.
Okay. Midnight Mass is the only one of those things that you mentioned that I have actually seen. Oh, I saw like the first 2 episodes of Midnight Mass, and that was kind of out.
Dude. Finish it up. It actually turns out to be 100% worth it.
We're gonna try not to get demonetized right here. Give us a second. This is a bit of a conversation about crafting the plot twist.
The twist is really interesting because it's such a violent and visceral reawakening of Lois. There's a natural shock of, oh my God, wait, what is this story? Is she breathing?
By episode 7, we realized in a shift in perspective that it's actually Lois who's been in the coma.
She was in a coma all this time?
I was blown away. Look, they done said 17 times that she was in a coma.
She was in a coma. She was in a coma.
Hold on.
In case you forgot.
And we are 22 seconds into this of a 4-minute video. We are 22 seconds in. And that was a little bit strange. Now, let me see if I can.
Seeing has been symbolic, has been a dreamscape, and we get to meet our characters again in a really, really cool and new way. Here we have freedom from pain. To withhold that treatment is unethical.
I'm not convinced that actor's not a murderer in real life.
Yeah, you know what? He's played 2 murderers now that we know of. He's played a Menendez brother, and he's played the crazy.
Really, real method actor right there. Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been. He's got 4 bodies a movie. And for 4 bodies per project. Like if I'm gonna do a project, I have to kill at least 2 people.
Which is upsetting because for his research, he's got to double it. So, God.
Yeah.
At least 4 more.
Yeah, don't let him be playing a serial killer. You gotta kill lots of people. Zippy said, "What is the name of the movie?" Sorry if I missed it. We're talking about
Yeah, sorry, we are
pulling it back up. You're so excited to pull it back up.
I am, but it's like not in any kind of order that makes any real sense.
By the way,
it's called
Grotesquerie.
Okay, well,
it's Grotesquerie, the show that just ended.
Yeah, but they're not in alphabetical order. They're not in any kind of like.
They're in the order of the shows.
BG and P. I'll fight you for him. Fucking love that guy. He's also doing what I'm doing. He's replaying all the Yakuza games before the new one comes out. We're the same person.
Yeah, Kirstyn said, "I have the hugest crush on Raul Coley." I hope I said that right.
You did.
Boom. I can read.
Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, I liked him in Midnight Mass. He good actor. He good actor. But I forgot to write down notes for this show in particular.
Sorry, hang on one second. Zippy. It's Grotesquerie. So literally just add an RIE to the end of grotesque, and you got it. It was just on FX, so it was streaming on Hulu.
FX's Grotesquerie.
Boom.
Right there.
So you don't have any notes for
FX's Grotesquerie.
Yeah, this is the one I forgot to write down notes for because it's also like one of those weird shows where there's not like you can't just Wikipedia the synopsis for the episode.
FX's Grotesquerie.
Like nobody's.
Oh God, this is the new hard nipples.
No, it will not be the new hard.
Nobody's put in that effort, and but yeah, let's just talk about like the I guess like the big twists at the end of this episode.
Well, so I guess the first one is Marshall, right? That's the husband's name. Turns out he's been boning some students, and he gets Me Too'd, and he's real upset about it. And in his mind, he's like, "No, it was consensual." When it's like, it doesn't matter if it's your student. You're still not supposed to do this.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then he's getting suspended, and they're doing an investigation and everything. And then he gets a weird text message. It's like, I get it. I feel you. Let's talk. Let's get it together. And it's T Swift's boyfriend, which I can't think she's happy about, taking him to a very violent, at least seemingly, there's some tension building, men's rights movement.
E-man woman haters.
Oh, God. It was just so cringy, too.
As soon as he said the words, I want to introduce you to this men's group, I was like,
yeah, I think we all were, right?
don't do that.
Let me tell you something. Can I say
Don't
this
go to
real
a
quick?
group where there are no women allowed.
I'm just like Jeff continue, but yeah, if you are ever anywhere in life and somebody walks up to you and they say, "Hey, I want to take you to a men's group," that sounds like it's gonna be some very upsetting, maybe even possibly sexual things that take place there. And if you're not into that kind of thing, you need to run in the opposite direction.
I'll throw this one out there. Even if there's nothing shady, don't go. Best case scenario is just a random group of people you have nothing in common with, and you're bored out of your fucking mind. Yeah, you want to go to a men's group?
Best case scenario.
Have friendships and be like, hey, how about we eat pizza and drink beer?
Right. It's like y'all had to create a group to do this. Just if you have to create a group, there's something that you don't want like normal people to know.
Hold on, I'm about to show a comment that
didn't. All kinds of groups right now.
I just showed a comment that didn't get shown. I need to see where it's at.
Well, Zippy, that's the second one. There's also one over there, and then there's one of comic books and one of books. And yeah. Well, it doesn't help that there's a half price books here, and they have a clearance rack where you can buy $2 DVDs. So
goddamn.
Also, I started buying DVDs in high school, and I'm older than most people. So this was well before streaming.
I'm older than most people.
I'm going to read this comment because I just had to make it available that it would show. Thelia said, maybe she liked Kevin Hart. That nigga been the same height as 8th grader for at least 3 decades.
Oh, we're talking about Andy.
Talking about Andy.
Fight girl.
I was watching one of those videos where it's him and The Rock, and they were with water in their mouth and doing the tortilla slap. And the funniest part is the height difference. Kevin Hart almost has to jump to fucking slap him. It's amazing. So back to this episode. So they take Marshall to a men's rights meeting. And, they got all these different guys you've seen throughout the series there. And they're all getting like, yeah, women are the worst because why don't they want to just let us fuck them? Oh. And Travis is being the most reasonable person, which is somehow more disturbing. Then, I don't know. Then Lois is upset because none police captain, forgot her name, is like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't shoot anyone in the face. Are you dreaming again? Uh-oh. So Lois is now back in the mental hospital because she's like, I'm pretty sure I murdered a guy and no one wants to talk about it. And then everyone else is like, no, you didn't murder anyone. Must be crazy. And then they're like, hey,
real quick.
Yep.
Sorry, I do want to talk about that real quick. Just the whole.
Oh, yeah. I'm just burning through it. So you're good.
No. It's like, I kind of want to just like get through this. No, but
4.5, Alex. 4.5.
I do want to talk about just like one of the other like problems I had with this is like.
Hold on, it had a 4.5
out of 10. Yeah. On IMDb.
God damn. But that's visceral hate, man. You can't piss people off like that.
Yeah, and I this is one of the things I bumped up against like throughout the season is how the end of some episodes like would have this cliffhanger and then the next episode just like is completely removed from that. Like maybe maybe it's a stylistic choice. I guess
it's a part of the it's like choice, like I said, it's like how the book is.
Yeah.
So the source material is that way. So that's what we're gonna get from the adaptation, there's like almost no way to do it without doing that, right? Unless you just completely move away from what the adaptation is supposed to be.
But and that's one of the things where like what I like adaptation. Like adaptation is very hard because you're changing one medium to another, and sometimes like that's what you would expect from someone. If they're going to remake something, it has to be like as good or better. If you see something that should be changed, that would make the narrative better, at least for this medium, and make that change. I feel like there's a lot of stuff like pacing wise, it's just like it's kind of all over the shop. And
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just merely saying, like, you either if I put it in the same context as if we're watching an X-Men show. Like if we're watching an X-Men show, how much do we want them to change?
Right.
Well, I'll say this.
Because if you're a fan of Grotesquerie, the book, then you won't want too much change because I feel like a lot of our feelings are going to be based in that mindset, right? That you're going to be bogged down in that mindset, basically, because we didn't see the shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on here.
And I think that's like, and I'll let you go real quick, Jack. Like to write us out to the end.
Love him. You don't love him. You don't love her. Never let him talk.
I do feel like
I'm a lover and a fighter.
At the end of the day, this is a TV show. Not this. There's not some required reading that everybody's supposed to have before watching the show. Like you're supposed to just watch the show and enjoy it. And
I didn't know that. Nobody told me that.
I mean, you're supposed to enjoy it for what it is, and
you'll know for the next show.
If you read the book before, that's cool, and that might enhance the experience for you. But at the end of the day, this is an adaptation of that. We're all supposed to just be able to enjoy this show for what it is.
Are you? Are you?
I wasn't feeling it.
Well, I'll also say this. I mean, even if they just made it one episode longer and they could still leave us on the cliffhanger they did for the season, but they needed more time to flush shit out. Even just Lois in the mental hospital, that was so quick. And then all of a sudden Captain Nunn is there and just like, hey, it's cool. I actually did it. You're right. Let's go get this now. And it's like, what? Come on. Like, even if Lois voluntarily went to the psych hospital, which I'm assuming she did.
Right.
She's admitted to murdering people. She can't just walk out because they're like, nah, it's cool now.
Yeah, that scene was like all very weird, especially since she was like in full makeup and and dressed to the nines, and then she was like, nah, I'm not going. Like she was like trying to pretend like she wasn't gonna go to the crime scene. It's like, you just spent like 2 hours getting ready. There's no way you're not going out now.
Yeah, but so then it turns out the doctor with cerebral palsy, men's rights man, and the doctor we thought was Mr. Murder Man. Lois is like, either I'm crazy or you're a killer. Let's talk about this. And he was like, well, now I'm getting a little pissed off at you. Then Captain Nunn shows up and she's like, oh, hey, yeah, you were right. You did murder the fuck out of my abusive ex, and I had a cleaner come and take care of it. Sorry, I gaslit you into literally admitting yourself to a psych ward. By the way, there's been another murder. Let's go look at it. And then they go, and it's the Last Supper murder, and the dude, the priest doctor is the Jesus in it. Which, cool. Don't have to deal with him next season. That'll be nice. And the only other part of it is, and then it's like a bunch of transients, a bunch of homeless people, and one other person. And that one other person is the student that accused Marshall in the whole Me Too thing. And then they're like,
yeah, okay.
And then Lois is like, all right, everyone get the evidence and be real good about it. I'm not actually a cop anymore, but fucking listen to me. I'm going to go this way now, and we're going to go back to the station and figure this out. And then they're like, Grotesquerie.
I thought that like
Damn,
that
I wish I'd have known you were gonna say that. Then I just
This is Grotesquerie.
Deserved my sad one.
I thought that moment was like the funniest scene in the show when she was just like, everybody start bagging up shit. I was like,
right?
Everybody's here, like everybody's doing their job already.
It was so funny how confused Captain Nunn looked too. She was like, I guess, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
I guess do your jobs.
I was hyped at that moment. Like I was like, oh shit, yeah, we about to get, yeah, that's right.
Start getting going.
Everybody do get the, because I'm like definitely into this. Whatever, however these transitive properties take place when we're from dream state to the real life.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, she did this, but it was during a different murder. She gave that same speech drunk, a different murder, right? And in her dream state. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're getting it now. We getting it. And then it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Into the entire show.
I think they're going to give a new season. I don't think that they've officially said it, but Ryan Murphy clearly has carte blanche to do whatever he wants to do in Hollywood. So I think we're going to get a second season. I don't think that it's going to be, well, unless they cave into the backlash of this season. I think that it's not going to be anything that clarifies anything more for us. I just think that it's going to make us even more confused.
They'll do one of those bullshit things where it's the stories, but in a different fucking town with completely different characters. And it's just like, fuck you.
Probably. Yeah.
Most likely.
But if they don't do that and they do try to keep these same characters, which I believe is how the book goes, I think they keep the same characters, but they change the stories, and you're looking at different perspectives of different types of things going on constantly, but also dealing with the horror aspects and everything. If they bring it back, I think it's a 50-50 toss-up whether or not they try to explain things, because like the ratings are there for this movie. I mean, for this show. So
yes and no. The tomato meter's like 73, 70. It's 79, but the audience is just 57.
But that's a rating. I'm talking.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The Nielsen ratings.
The Nielsen ratings. Yeah, the viewership. I should have said.
Yeah.
That's what I should have said. The viewership.
That's a very good point.
I'll be curious to see, like, if this show gets like any legs. If it gets,
it might be our new item.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say, like, I really hope that we get like some sort of weird Tedros.
What if Tedros is the killer?
What if Tedros is the killer?
Oh, that'll make up for everything.
He shows up as the devil in the second season. I'm so for it.
If Tedros is Tedros, what if?
Dude, if Tedros shows up in the second season, I'm just gonna have to start taking so many drugs.
Facts. I'm gonna have to take a drug. I'm gonna take somas every episode at this podcast.
But guys, let us know what you thought of Grotesquerie in the comments. What did you thought of the finale and the season as a whole? But we're going to move on to our next topic of the night. Yes, that's right. We're going to be talking about the penultimate episode of... Yeah, that's right. We are talking about the Penguin. We're going back to Gotham.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this little banner.
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's because they're hungry in Gotham.
Yeah, they're hungry in Gotham. All they got to eat is dogs and
At least in Crown Heights, right?
Yeah. Out there in Crown Heights on the other east side, the upper east side.
There's so many shitty neighborhoods in Gotham. There's like Crown Heights.
I think it's just called Gotham.
Yeah.
I think the Palisades is the only nice neighborhood in Gotham.
Where does Bruce live? Like Bruce lives
the Palisades.
Does he live in the Palisades? Because his shit's like way away from nothing. There's nothing near him.
That's where Wayne Manor is, but I think he's also got a place like in the city in the Batman, right?
Yeah. Which is probably like the business district.
Yeah. I don't know.
He had that kind of setup in was it the Dark Knight?
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Yeah, he had the music video layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shot by Lil X. And we're talking about the Penguin episode 8 Top Hat. This was a pretty crazy episode. I really enjoyed it. Sorry, let's show this.
My tiny victories. I was not planning on it. Honestly, I don't know. This entire election is stressing me the fuck out. We're not going to get a definitive answer tomorrow, and it's the 5th of November, so I'm just thinking about doing V for Vendetta and letting that give me peace somehow. Also, I got lots of Yakuza games I got to get through. 6 more before the new game comes out in February.
That is fair.
Fair.
But yeah, like I'm curious what you guys thought about just like the opening of this episode, because we get another little flashback situation where we get to see a little bit more about Penguin's backstory. And I just want to play this clip really quickly, just like that's talking about just the opening this opening scene. Then I want to hear you guys' thoughts just real quick.
Part of this drive for who he is stems to a trauma that he's always explained came from the loss of his brothers, but then you come to understand that this was a story of his own creation.
Yeah, like what did you think of this opening scene, Jack, about just like how like we get more of an insight on the real true nature of
well, as Jack Cobb, I think this scene pretty much pissed me off. All right. No, it was good. It was such a good fucking scene. And so I've got a question for you guys, because obviously at the beginning Oz does it just to fuck with his brothers and like, all right, let's mess with them a bit, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
They're messing with me. Excuse me. They're messing with me. I'll mess with them. Now, when he realizes how badly it's raining and that they're not coming home, do you think the reason he didn't say anything is because he wanted them to die, or because he was like, fuck, if I fess up now, I'm going to get in so much trouble?
Do you want to go first? I guess
he said, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. That's what he said, man. What are you talking about? He was.
I don't think we have that drop.
He was like this.
Bitch off. Next caller.
He was very upset. Very upset. Matter of fact, I'm about to play that again, but just a little louder.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
Get her up out of here.
Yeah, I felt like that's how I was thinking at first, and I thought it was like effective. You kind of get that same young kid.
Which part did you think first?
At first, I thought that he was like, "Oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble." Like, you know, like normal kid shit. It's like I would help out, but now I don't want to like consider myself guilty or whatever. But like
Mama Cobb would have backhanded him, and he knew that.
Yeah, like it's like I don't want this whooping. Like at first, that was kind of like the vibes I was getting at first.
Right.
Like maybe just like childhood guilt ended up making him make the
guilt was too much,
a mortal decision. But with this, like the way it was shot and everything, the way he looks over at the two action figures, they're like floating in the water, and he has that little smile when he sees Fred Astaire like shoot all these people in the movie that they're watching. I was like, this is great visual storytelling. You don't have to say a word to know that first that like these kids drowned and died. You don't have to like see these bodies floating around to get that point across. But we also just like see how much he's relishing in that situation.
I thought that was that was the telltale sign that he didn't do it on accident. That it wasn't just him trying to keep the secret without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
He keeps looking out the window, seeing that it's raining harder, knowing that he
And
locked
that little smile.
knowing that he locked them in a runoff. Like he did, and like you said, that smile, call him back to the smile where he burned up the Maronis.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
Now, I
know-
will say, I don't know if I think it might have been an accident in the sense that I don't know if his original plan was for them to die down there as much as just like a real good fuck you to them.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he knew just how much it was going to keep coming down, you know.
Well,
but
the reason I say that it is intentional, no, and yeah, I think it's like he is happy with either result. Look, they might, if they survive, shows them right for fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
If they die, fuck them, because at the beginning they show us this. He don't like these brothers of his. He don't like the attention that they take away from him that his mom gives to them.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one with the condition. He's the one with the issues. Like, why isn't he getting more love? You know, they don't even care about her. They doing all kind of crazy stuff. He wants to hang out with mom.
Yeah.
That scene was so great because that moment when they come in and like they're messing around under the table, and she's like, "All right, you got it." You saw that smile again, and the second she started playing with them, that kid actor did a great fucking job. Just no words, just through his face and his mannerisms, showing him getting angry, mad that someone stole that attention. That's his attention. That should be his. I don't care if they're my brothers. Fuck these guys. No, that's not okay.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Go ahead, Alex. I'm just
No. Yeah, like to both of y'all's point, that I thought that this was like a really great scene that showed how like there's like the twisted nature of Penguin's brain, just like his motivations of how much he loves his mom and he for whatever reason hates his brothers
because he's serial
even
killer.
though they seem like pretty cool kids. And I just want to show
especially his older brother. His older brother was a good fucking kid, you know?
Yeah, it seems like he was really trying to look out for
Speaking-
his younger brothers.
Are you about to play a clip?
Yeah, I just want to play a clip real quick, just like of one of the actors from this show talking about just like the duality of this particular character.
It is really sad and pretty twisted, if you ask me. But I think that he does feel a bit of guilt. I need to take care of my mom for what I've done to make it up.
I think it's the thing that compels him to move through the world with the single-mindedness that he moves through the world with.
Yeah, two penguins.
I just want to say, evidently young Oscob, that kid's name is Ryder Allen. I just absolute shout out to him. He did a great fucking job.
He did.
Yeah. Nailed that Gotham accent.
Oh man.
Him and Colin together. They're just kicking ass. Can we give them co-Oscar this year?
Oh man. They might be they both might win a drunkie. Which I don't know why that's funny. But
oh my god. By the way, can you imagine how terrifying it would have been to be Jack or Benny? Because like I'm assuming there's like like bars at the top of that.
There were.
So
yeah.
they can climb all the way up, but like even if like they push their face against that, it's just going to be bubbling too much. They're gonna. Oh my god.
Too much. Yeah.
Literal nightmare.
Yeah, drowning to death for sure, a nightmare. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that anymore.
Just past what is it? The Prestige.
Man, matter of fact, let me just no more drowning talk.
Oh,
I want to drown.
Yeah, let's
and the guy that was talking about how bad drowning in the Prestige, fucking Alfred. It's Michael Caine, right?
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Caine, by the way.
Friend of the show.
He used to smash mad Hollywood females. Sorry.
But you were about to say something about just like the character, or like you were just about to say something about the young actor.
Ryder Allen?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that he almost got kicked up out of here for me.
You weren't liking him?
No, at first I was just like,
outside, nerd. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins.
go on now. I don't need you. I don't need you here. He's just his accent was terrible to me, but also this is Gotham.
It's Gotham.
The world renowned terrible New York accent is what it's known for. But
where accents go to die.
It was just something about him himself. It didn't really fit to me. But maybe there's more to come. Maybe we get some more flashbacks in the next episode. Seems like a waste to bring a kid who can act that well in for one little episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Usually you get one that don't act good and just pay him very little. But maybe I just feel like it was a very large contrast for us in those two characters, young Oz, old Oz, and young Oz is a psychopath already. So
Yeah.
I felt like there shouldn't have maybe been as nice of a setup for his character. Like he should have been a little bit more of an asshole, maybe. But
it's only people that wrong him. It's not everyone. His brothers, they were mean to him. They were making. Not only did they wrong him, they insulted him.
right, but they didn't never insult him before that. And they actually apologized. They never actually did insult him. They went down there.
They were also apologizing after he already closed them in.
No. It was before. He was like,
"Oh yeah,
yo, what are you doing?" When he slipped, they were like, "Yo, Jack."
Are you okay?
Jack said,
Yeah.
"Yo, are you
Yeah,
okay? Hey, I'm sorry. Look, we didn't mean to, like, insult. Hey, we wasn't trying to insult you or whatever the fuck he said. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kids say. But he was just like, hey, I'm sorry. And he was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Let's see how you like it. Now, it wasn't raining at the time, if I'm not mistaken. So, like you said, Jeff, like though there are elements that show that he didn't mean, like his intention wasn't for them to die, but they also show you at the beginning, like before that he don't even really like them like that. And then if they did die, hey, it actually is a benefit for me. Like
then he gets all the love. Yeah.
right. It's kind of like if you have an inheritance, but your parental person falls into a lake and is drowning, and you could just reach out and just save him. He was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
No, thank you. And then
pulls out an orb, but like starts pushing him further into the lake.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, no, quit reaching.
Hey, don't grab it.
And then in the present, Oz returns to his apartment and finds an injured Vic, who reveals that Sophia has kidnapped Francis. Oz tells Vic to assemble an army as Vic escapes before Maroni arrives with his men. Maroni beats Oz and has Oz take him to the underground lair. Then Oz and his men stage an ambush, and Maroni dies of a heart attack while fighting Oz. Now, I was kind of surprised by this reaction because
You gotta eat better.
He can't have all that Thai food. It was that 100-year-old wine he busts open.
That'll kill you.
You said that Oz set him up, but he actually didn't set him up. Oz and his people fought back against the Maroni.
Yeah,
and then they tried to set up Sophia. Yeah, when Maroni ends up dying, I think it's so funny because the Penguin is pissed off.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, how the fuck this motherfucker can't just die? You either kill me or I kill you, but you don't just get to die while I'm fucking trying to kill you. Like, that's not how it goes down.
Well, I think it was also his original plan, I think, was to knock Maroni out, blah, 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 and get Maroni to spill the beans where Sophia's hideout is and a way for them to get there. I think it was also I think it was well, shit, I guess plan B.
And it's funny that you say that because I was expecting when he said oh, no. I was expecting him to be like, where's my mom? Where's Sophia? Something that. That is not the first thing on his mind at that point.
His first thing he says is, Pop, I did this to you. I did this to you. I fucked you. No, I won. You didn't just die. I won. And that's to me why I believe that he's only mad. Like his only concern is I wanted him to know that I ruined his life, that I took everything away from him. That's why he says, you were supposed to destroy me.
Well,
because he wants to be seen, especially to his mother. He wants to be seen as someone who is bigger and better than everybody else and who is taking them out. Because imagine this is one thing to think about. What if his mom finds out that he just had a heart attack and died? She would never let him actually live it down. He could have everything. He could be the master of Gotham, kill Batman, but she'll be like, well, you would never had it if it wasn't for Maroni having that heart attack. If Maroni didn't eat too many meatballs every week, then you would have never fucking beaten anybody.
Oh, big man, get taken down by some heart medication. What?
Yeah, if Maroni had been to CVS that day, would you?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Go outside, nerd.
But meanwhile, Sophia has Rush interrogate Francis about Oz's weaknesses and visits Gia after learning she intends to cooperate with the police.
She's gonna be a rat.
She's gonna rat. Disillusioned after
Everybody
seeing the
knows
pain
she's a Falcon.
she has caused Gia, Sophia considers accepting Oz's ultimatum to trade Francis for his bliss supply. Rush convinces her to go through with her desire to see Oz suffer, or so to speak. And I just want to play a quick clip from that scene because I really love.
I just don't think that they really. Well, I just want to talk about.
Is this the one?
I want to talk about Oz a little bit when you get done with it.
Okay, yeah.
I just want.
This is a good transition to talk about Oz.
He put me in an institution, and the second I got out, I walked right into another one.
This is like when a horror movie gives you all the jump scares and then just none. Keep setting you up with the music. Keep setting you up and like, oh God, it's about to happen. I'm not going to jump this time. It's like,
for those who don't know,
go
Alex,
back and watch the previous episode.
Yeah, Alex is playing with our minds right now. For those who are regulars, if you don't know what we're talking about,
by the way.
If you don't know what we're talking about, make sure you like and subscribe. That way you never miss a moment of Drunk Banthas or Nerds at Night channel. We got all the best stupid jokes for you. There are no
all the inside jokes.
There are no better dumb jokes on YouTube than there are right here on the Drunk Banthas and Nerds at Night. And that is a fact. I dare you to show me dumber and funner jokes than what we have. That's what I want you to show me.
But what did you think of this scene? Oh no, you're gonna be talking about Oz.
They keep trying to, so they kidnap Oz's mom.
Mm-hmm.
They have her in custody.
Yeah.
Treating her nice, making her soup.
Mm-hmm.
Making her soup.
Doing some therapy.
Doing a little therapy.
I gotta say, I really like soup.
I love soup. I'm gonna make soup when I get off here.
I made some hamburger soup this last week. It was good stuff.
I feel like, and I really want to know what y'all think
about soups. I can go on.
I feel like they're going I feel like they're going down this road of trying to make Cobblepot terrified, tortured by killing his mom. But we do have to remember his mom and him have already made an agreement that he will kill his mom before she gets to the point where she's like insane and unable to know what's going on.
Right.
And also he killed his brothers, or allowed them. We'll say this: he allowed them to die.
No, he killed them.
Well,
yeah. In the words
he killed those motherfuckers.
In the words of Batman from Batman Begins, I'm not gonna kill you, but that doesn't mean I have to save you.
Which, by the way, can we all agree? Like, you murdered him. Like,
he murdered him.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
Calm down, Bruce. You're not semanticing your way out of this one.
But I just feel like maybe, just maybe, Penguin doesn't care about his mom to that degree, like to the degree that if they killed his mom, or if it had to come down to the point of like, you can do this, or you can like give us the drugs, or we'll kill your mom.
You don't think he's going to have a Rachel moment?
No, I don't think he's going to have that kind of moment. I think we're going to get a moment where he pays off on the promise to kill his mom in order to kill Sophia or someone who is holding his mom that is in relation or affiliated with Sophia. I think that's going to be our big moment of like, he said, you know, my mom is what keeps me good.
Yeah.
And I did see one moment where, and
aside from the what's it called when you kill your brothers? Father's fratricide. Is it fratricide?
Siblicide.
That can't be it.
Well, my question is to y'all though is, do y'all think that that's the type of scenario we could get?
Fratricide.
And also, do you think that Cobblepot really gives a fuck about his mom as much as they're showing? Do you think he's you know, he's like, hey, you got my mom, well, you know what, fuck it, I guess I'll have to kill her and you today.
No, yeah, I definitely think that his mom is like who he cares about the most. Like he might be the only.
That's not my question though. Do you think he would kill someone? I mean, kill his mom to kill someone that's in the way of the overall goal. That's my question.
Right. In these circumstances where she is, I guess, like, you know, she's asking for him to kill her. Like, I can see there being like an emotional moment where she's like, hey, like in Infinity War where Gamora asks Peter Quill to kill her. It's like, you know, kill me. You know, this is what you want to do. Because I feel like it would need some sort of emotion, like it would need some convincing. He's not just going to do it impulsively for his own selfish need, because this is the only person he hasn't been he's always been selfish in the sense of like he wants to spend more time with his mom and he'll do anything to get that, but not in the sense that he'll sacrifice.
My question, I guess I should simplify it. Do you think he would sacrifice himself for his mother?
No.
Okay, that's because I'm simplifying the question. Yeah, that is more.
But also touching on what you were asking earlier. Also, if someone kills his mom, yeah, he's going to be enraged, but not because he loves her so much and they took away his mom. And it's not going to be out of the love he has for her. He'll be so enraged because they took what was his. You know. It's in his mind, that's an insult. That's an insult to Oz. You're saying you disrespect Oz and you think it's okay to take his mom from him. It's more that than I love you, mommy. You know?
Right. Like the mindset of like, I told her I could protect her, but then you proved me wrong.
You're showing I'm weak. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're showing that I'm weak. And we know how his mom will feel about him looking weak.
Well, she'll be dead, so it'll be cool.
Put that on a t-shirt. It'll be cool.
It just shows Martha and Thomas Wayne in Crime Alley, and it says she'll be dead. It'll be cool.
Yeah, no, just pearls on the ground and shit. She'll be dead. That'll be cool.
But yeah, we do get this big scene at the end where actually let me just set it up, because I did write notes for this one. During the trade for Oz's mom for the Bliss trade, Sophia sends in a bomb that destroys Oz's base and kills his entire crew. I do want to just play this clip from that exchange, because I thought she's gonna win the fucking Golden Globe for this performance. I promise.
Liz, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
Now it's at the point where it's like, thank God it's over.
Yeah, so like, thank God I saw it. Jesus.
Thank God you killed them.
Oh, you think that's the last one?
You gonna play the
I'm
Doom
aware,
song?
but
You gonna play the Doom song now? Like, yeah.
But one thing that I noticed during that scene was, so it wasn't until that scene when I realized, oh, this is, I don't know how I didn't put it together earlier. That's where Oz killed his brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember he mentioned like, oh, me and my brothers, we used to play down here, and obviously we saw him and his brothers like playing hide and seek. I'm like, oh, I play differently than you. But it wasn't until that scene, because when we see Oz run into and he like drops down the ladder, that I was like, oh, motherfucker, his dead brothers are down there. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I didn't realize this until I watched the inside the episode like special thing.
Really?
Because like I just didn't recall that he had, like we have the scene where he looks at the sewer, like, he looks at the token, and he also looks at the door for that little shaft that his
the murder shaft.
The murder shaft.
Whoa.
Sounds like the weirdest porno.
I was about to say, that's my old porn name back in the day.
Murder shaft. But yeah, like
it was actually just a movie that I was in.
Here he's a bad mother. I'll shut my mouth.
Or something's going in it. That's what they said.
You better shut your mouth or I'm gonna fuck it.
How'd you know?
One of my favorite.
You seen the movie?
Hey, it's my top. It's my top 5 favorites.
It's weird for you to have watched a movie.
Oh god, describing a porno as a romantic comedy is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
It's hilarious. It will be a drunkie award. It'll be a drunkie nominee next year.
But yeah, like what happens next?
But also, dude, Crown Heights gets fucked up in Gotham. I mean, they just got flooded like a motherfucker, and the day after they get power back, they're like, all right, we're just gonna like take away a couple city blocks.
Yeah, see, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because Terry, I think it was Terry, it might have been you, but I think Terry mentioned he had never really thought about that previously to this show, like when they start showing maybe you said it too, Jeff, but when they started showing initially in the beginning of the season, they start where we say Vic's point of view of everything being destroyed,
right?
And I've always felt that way, like the superhero.
Yeah, that was Terry.
Yeah, it was Terry. Like that moment where shit blows up when Godzilla knocks over a whole building. I'm like, there was somebody working.
Yeah, somebody was there.
Somebody was cleaning.
Terry mentioned. I think Terry mentioned Captain America: Civil War, and I think one of us also mentioned. I mean, that's why we got Batman v Superman. They were finally like, "Hey, you remember when Superman threw a person through a building?" That was 2 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah.
People were in there.
And then we got it with the Spider-Verse, right? Because the Spot was the dude who got hit in the head during the chase with
the bagel, yeah.
So
it's all about collateral damage.
So, just saying, so yeah, we getting that.
Also voiced by Catherine Hahn.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was Agatha All Along. But yeah.
Sorry, skipped forward.
Just was pointing out those kinds of.
But yeah, so we got,
and we're seeing how things really are going down with how fucked up Crown Point is. Like, it's just being devastated more and more and more. And when Oz comes out of the rubble, very, very, very huge symbolism for 9/11. Everybody got the ash all on them. Everybody's coming out of the chaos. And then we see Oz get slobber knocked.
Yeah.
With a foreign object, as JR would say.
Is that back to the porn? I'm sorry, romantic comedy.
he gets fucking hit with a foreign object. Like, no, I went back to Invincible Fight.
Gotcha.
And yeah, man, like he gets knocked out. But who was that? Was that like a detective?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was the cop in the earlier in the season talking with, I think it was Sophia, who's very clearly on the former Falcone, current Gigante
payroll
on the take, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the take. He's on the VIG. Yeah, like he is definitely established as a corrupt cop on this show. He's also apparently a corrupt cop in the comics, though I can't remember the name of the character, but he's also in the Batman. He's the guy who gets his nose broken by Batman.
Batman. I love that cartoon was great.
The Batman.
The one we covered?
The Batman. Detective Marcus Wise.
Detective Marcus Wise. Okay. Yeah, he's apparently like a what you call it? A corrupt
Crooked.
in the comics. But I wasn't talking about the cartoon. I was talking about the movie.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, no, but he was just talking about how good the cartoon was.
Yeah, sure looks fucking crooked.
That's a crooked face if I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Super happy to be pulling a gun on you.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
There was a crooked man who walked a crooked mile. And he looked just like that.
He had a crooked gun and he had a crooked smile.
Alignment. Bad.
He just stepped all over my joke.
Stepped up all of his shit.
It's all good.
You know, I deserve this drop right here.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
You do.
My bad.
I wasn't gonna give it to you. I had one better for you, but it's okay. That's good enough.
That's good enough. Yeah. So, but yeah, like this episode ends pretty crazily. Like Penguin is pretty much kidnapped by Sophia. Do you guys have any predictions on how this season's gonna end? Because the next episode is the last episode.
Well, hold on.
Right?
Can I frame it different? Can I frame it different?
Yeah. Paint a word picture.
What do you think we're gonna see, and what do you hope we're gonna see? And are those things the same going forward? We only got one episode left. So what do you think we're gonna see? And what are you hoping we're going to see? I'll let Jeff go because Alex has to reformat his whole brain to figure out what I just said.
What I hope we're going to see. I hope we see Vic come back at the last minute to save the fucking day, because I don't think we saw him after I sent him out.
We did. We did see him at the very end.
No, we didn't.
Didn't we not?
Oz thought that was Vic, but it wasn't.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's another black guy.
Oh wait, no. You know what?
Yeah.
I watched the preview. That's right. That's
so
right.
I hope Vic like swoops in at the last minute to save the day. I hope that Sophia gets away because when we get married, I want her to keep having that steady income. I think that'll be helpful for me. What I think, I will for her. What I think is going to happen. I think Oz's mom's going to die. I know Oz is going to get away from Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Juice is going to come in to play a vital part at the end.
Juice.
I love that we're just going to keep calling him Juice.
Everyone was so upset when Opie died. Spoiler. I was so upset when Juice died. I felt so bad for him.
Yes, I did not like that they went that way with Juice. I was like, there's so much more you could do with this character, but whatever. But I do want to say you don't have to feel bad. No one has to feel bad for just calling him Juice, because
I don't feel bad about that.
No, I was just saying none of the characters on that show, none of the actors on that show call each other by their real names.
Oh, nice.
When you hear them talk in interviews or anything, they refer to each other by the names that they had on the show.
But Charlie Hunnam is just like, man, I love Opie.
Jack.
My rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they
Oh,
do.
that's great.
Juice. So Juice was doing.
Charlie Hunnam freaks out when Opie walks in a room. You're fucking dead.
I just saw Juice
Starts
doing an
crying.
interview. I'm not going to promote nobody's podcast or nothing, but I saw him doing an interview and he was just saying that. And also, he was just the whole time he kept referring to everybody by their names of the show,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yeah, you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, no, we don't do that.
We don't
do that. I never have ever called anybody by their names on the show. I mean, other than what's the names on the show. So it's crazy.
That's
but
pretty
yeah,
cool.
to your point, Juice's character left wide open what they can do with him going forward. I think he's going to become one of many Rhodes Gallery
Do you think
villains.
he's going to become? Some people are thinking he's going to become Hugo Strange.
I think he's got to be Hugo Strange.
Ass.
I think we're gonna find out his name is really Hugo and he's strange.
And you know what? My only problem with that
He is odd.
My problem with that
He is so weird.
Like, because this show has done like so good with avoiding the thing that I hate so much about CW DC shows.
Explain that. What do you hate about those?
What I hate about the CW DC shows is that they will have these like sort of teasers to comic book lore. Oh, we'll call it like Starling City until the third city where we call it Starling.
Oh God, yeah.
Like it is in the comic books. We're
my God.
gonna call him Arrow until like the third season where he decides he's gonna
Green
wear a
Arrow.
mask and have a proper costume and call himself Green Arrow. Like all these
They
things.
did that. That's what
Yeah.
they did.
That's what they did. And
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it's these
Which,
little-
by the way, they also could have been like the Archer. That makes so much more sense than Arrow.
wait a minute.
than
Wait a
the
minute.
Arrow.
Like Sterling Archer.
Actually, they called him the Hood at first, I think,
They did. They did.
in the first season. Which
So,
that does make sense.
Are you talking about Sterling Archer?
It's my fault. I did
The
that.
Archer.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
If you want an impersonation, just conjure him up. Just say
By
it
the way,
3 times.
the talking about Green Arrow, Injustice did one of the funniest things ever with that. Let's go to the Arrow Cave, and Harley Quinn's like, the arrows are inanimate. Why don't you call it like the Quiver? And he's like, oh, that's so much better. Oh yeah. And it just kept it running. Black Canary was making fun of him for a while for that one.
I love that.
Well, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard to come out of the CW. But,
Oh no. That
No,
was the Injustice comic book.
Yeah.
oh well, then yeah. Shout out to Still Sucking.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the funniest thing to come out of the CW. shit. But just to my point, like I don't like the let's tease out the thing that the comic book fans like and give them just like a little taste of something that's not comic book accurate.
That's dumb.
Just say the thing, like call him
It's
Hugo
also
from the beginning.
It's also
Agreed. 100%
terrible.
agreed.
You fucking terrible producers and directors at the CW. Unless y'all go give me a job. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, give me some money.
Actually, no. You know what? I am an objective journalist. And I will not accept handouts from fucking peons and peasants and pissants like y'all.
Bill, I'm proud of you. I will accept all of it and say whatever the fuck you want.
My Venmo can be found in the video description.
You can make checks out to me personally. My
We
name
might
is
need to
Cash.
start doing that, putting our Venmos in there, man.
Yeah,
Shit,
possibly. Yeah.
oh,
Like, who
shit.
knows? Like somebody
I
wants
would
to
just feel so bad accepting it. I would still accept it, but I'd feel so bad accepting it.
Be at Walmart.
Like the first time.
Be at Walmart buying shit. Oh,
the second sin is always easier, Jeff.
oh man, this is so terrible. Oh god.
But guys, let us know what you thought of this episode of The Penguin. If you have any thoughts about how the season's gonna turn out or how it's gonna tie into the Batman 2, because this is
Who has
supposed to have
thoughts?
it be like a direct lead into the Batman sequel. We're gonna move into our last topic of the night. That is right, we're going down the Witch's Road, and we're gonna be talking about yes, sir. We're talking about the finale of Agatha All Along. Oh, sorry, you got the finger, Jake.
I was just gonna say one more thing about the Penguin. That was the second highest rated episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to do the IMDb, but
I just think that was important. I think it because it was a good episode, and I think that needs to be noted.
What was the first highest?
I think it was the one before this.
I love that song you just started.
That's my thinking song. The highest was Centani, the one we're showing Sophia in.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see that.
That was a 9.5. This was 9.1.
It's because women.
Hot.
It's because women. No, I would probably assume that
women are making a comeback, man.
Yeah, people like women now.
Not a grotesquerie.
No, that's a fact.
But yeah, I would assume that on this show that like the flashback episode, the Billy flashback episode would probably be one of the higher rated episodes as well. But just because it shakes up the monotony of the show and just like gives us a better introspective look of one of our main characters. And let's talk about these last two episodes of Agatha All Along, because I personally really enjoyed the finale.
Is that nasty? Am I wrong? But does that not have nasty connotations?
What?
Unlock the hidden gate, like the song Down the Road, the Witch's Road. Is it not sexual connotations to it?
Only if you
put it in the chat. Let me know. Go ahead, Alex. I'm just saying. I just want to know.
Yeah, anything can be sexy if you look hard enough.
Oh man, put that on t-shirt.
It's like that movie, the movie, the number 23,
but with boners.
With boners.
That's the whole time.
By the way, I fucking loved that movie.
Yeah, I actually never seen it.
What movie?
The number 23.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fucking amazing movie. You hate Jim Carrey. That's your problem.
That is my problem.
Well,
yeah, I can't watch anything Jim Carrey said.
But this isn't a comedic role. It's one of his dramatic roles.
No, yeah, no.
That might make it easier for
he actually loves Jim Carrey.
I was honestly about to just like.
I appreciate you being so.
I was going to fly there to kick you in the dick.
I appreciate that. Yes.
But no, like.
Oh right, Agatha.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the nitty and the gritty, because yeah, like this episode really delves into the I guess humanity of Agatha, but also the villainy of Agatha. Like she's definitely humanized as like, oh, you know more about her motivations, but also you just fucking hate her. I just want to play.
You can't be a supervillain without that element, in my opinion.
Yeah, super.
You're just a bad person.
Yeah, and like honestly, that's what makes really, really good villains. I'm gonna play this clip real quick, just about this nice conversation between, well, not nice conversation, well, between her and Rio.
No one in history has had special treatment like you.
You call what you did special treatment?
Yeah, like just like alluding to what eventually ended up happening with Agatha's son. What did you guys think of just like the tragedy?
Well, let's talk about what happened with the son.
Let's talk about
she's dead.
She's clearly having a miscarriage, right? Like she's having like a complication with the child being born.
She might have even been dying.
Exactly.
I mean, women died in childbirth nonstop back then.
Yeah, I think it was
especially
like
by themselves.
I think it was like a 70% of the time type situation.
Yeah.
Which is also just kind of anecdotal because there's no way that's not worldwide numbers. You know what I mean? But anyway, my point is that, like Jeff said, she might have even been dying. And death just is giving her a chance to keep living while taking her son. While she could take take just Agatha and leave her son, she could do a trade, but that's
never died too.
Excuse me, that's never really even considered. that what's considered is, hey, look, it's his time. It's got to go. So but then Rio apparently loves her enough to where she'll give her more time with her son. But it seems like, in my opinion, what do y'all think? Seems like to me, Death benefits by getting rid of her son, because not only does she get Agatha, but she's able to acquire way more souls now that Agatha has lost it and become evil Agatha, because now Agatha is just going to constantly be killing women and witches that constantly keep getting brought over to death. Do y'all think that that was like part of the thinking of Death, or it was just a benefit, cost benefit analysis type thing?
I feel like, because I've seen some like people online that say that was like the agreement to keep him alive, but I feel like, like this was 50 years after she had already killed her first coven of witches, and I feel like she's just been like doing this for a while, and like I
wasn't talking about the coven, like the new coven. I was just talking about the body she accrued.
Well, yeah,
over the
because
years, because right after her son dies, she starts killing witches. So
no. She does that before her son dies. Literally, right after he's born,
she
walks into that circle of stones.
I'm just talking about it went crazy. She went crazy with it. Yes, she went along. She went from town to town killing people, but she clearly had a time period where she didn't do it because her son was like, why do we do it? And she's like, we got to survive. But she was no longer doing it just to survive. She was doing it to kill witches, to keep. I'm just saying, do you think my only point is, do you think Rio had that in mind to a degree? Do you think that she had that in mind? Like, I'll take something from her to keep her here, and it'll benefit me as well.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was like her motivation there. I think that she had like, I personally feel like, she had given Agatha as much time as she could allow. Like, maybe, but I feel like this is just like a random thing where it's just like, I could have taken him at birth, like he was supposed to die at birth, and this is just, this is much rope as I can give you in this weird rules that we have here, because I feel like she was killing witches before she had her baby, and maybe that's what attracted her
as one does.
As one does, and maybe that's what attracted her in Death, and she was killing people after he died. So I just feel like that, like her wanting her desire, her lust for power is always been a constant in her life, even whether she had a kid or not.
I wasn't talking about power. I was talking about Rio's benefit of.
So let's also look at this though.
I'm not talking about Agatha.
Well, so let's look at Rio in this aspect as well. So Rio's obviously Death. And by the way, one of the best, one of the most comic accurate visions of Death. I mean, like with the skeleton part of her face.
The
way we see her in the comics, she's like still like a, like a woman, like a full figured woman, but just a skull for a face with the hood around it. Complete skull, no flesh or anything. But I don't know if anyone else has seen the pictures making the rounds on Insta and stuff, but the pictures of Aubrey with her makeup next to Audrey with her makeup and the CGI, amazing. But
yeah.
So anyway, back to where I was going with this. So in the comics, one of the big things about Death is people fall in love with her and she loves them back. Thanos and Deadpool. So I think there's also an argument to be made that in this show, Rio seems to clearly love Agatha. So maybe it wasn't even like hey, give me more souls and I'll let you keep your son. Maybe it was literally just, I love Agatha and I'll try and give her more time with her son. And then on top of it, Agatha went and killed more witches.
See, that's what I got. My thing wasn't about her time with her son. My thing is, I think that she is allowing Agatha more time, because we end up with Agatha dying at the end of this episode. And I noticed that Agatha is gray and older looking when she's a ghost, right?
Yeah, menopause hits hard to witches.
And I'm thinking that that's because it's trying to declare that she has aged, but she hasn't been allowed to die. I think Rio was not allowing her to die, but then she was like, nope.
Definitely a possibility.
I think that's why we get the second episode, first episode, where she's like, nope, I gotta kill you. It's time for me to take you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the second.
And she's like, no, you can't kill me. Like we got an agreement type thing. Like it seems like there's a conversation that's been had previously before this.
Right.
And yeah, so my point wasn't really to the point of like, could her son have had more time? But I think that she was sparing her because like me and Jeff were saying, she could have died in childbirth, maybe even was supposed to die in childbirth because the baby wouldn't come out. That was the issue. That was what we were seeing at the beginning of this episode. The baby wouldn't come out.
Right. Yeah. 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 And
I mean, it's a good point.
I'm just curious if y'all think that's what happened, but it ain't gonna be no season 2. So
I think we just don't got enough evidence. Well, but we're gonna get a Wiccan series.
Okay, roll Tide.
And obviously Agatha is gonna be a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean,
if the check is right,
are we actually gonna get a Wiccan series?
I think I saw somewhere that we are.
Okay.
Because also they are planning on using Billy to start building the Young Avengers, which is going to be a mix between the Young Avengers and another young super team that I don't remember the name of.
We're definitely getting.
I'm also seeing all this on social media, so there's every chance it's all full of shit.
Well, we're definitely getting like 20 different shows next year, just different Marvel.
Three. I think I saw 3 movies, 3 shows, 3 animated.
It's gonna be litty to titty.
Hey, as long as we get our final Spider-Verse, I'll be happy.
Exactly. Roll Tide. Get it together, Sony.
Dude, Scroll Tide.
Scroll Tide.
So we do get through the end of the Witch's Road in episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
But Agatha is still
like a circle.
Because it's a circle. Then Agatha is like wanting her prize. And at the end of the day, basically, she decides she's going to sacrifice herself for Billy. Because
damn it, Billy,
get that the crazy multiverse happen. You know what, Jeff, I'll let you just explain what happens in this last little moment with
sorry, of episode of the last episode or of this episode?
Sorry, of episode 8. So we got the whole situation where Agatha and Billy and Death are in this
3-way. Gotcha.
Yeah, this sexy 3-way.
I don't know what you don't get. Agatha's gay, but she's straight for me, and Billy's gay, but he's straight for me. Yeah, that's fine. Just Parks and Recking that shit up.
And we get our reveal of Wiccan, and Agatha has to make a very deadly choice. It turns out. How did you feel about this?
We got some lesbian makeout. Why wouldn't I not have loved that?
Yeah. Why?
No, it was exactly what we thought, though. We knew that Agatha was going to make a sacrifice. I obviously thought that she was going to make the sacrifice and bring the entire coven back, but no, she just did it to save Billy, which I gotta say, I'm glad they did it that way. I think that's much more in her character. Yeah. And I think this final episode also reinforced that she just doesn't really care about the coven. I mean, it showed that literally she was planning on killing all those fuckers from the second they walked the road with her. So I think they did a great job showing that Agatha has made this connection with Billy and has decided to finally give up her life for him. And then this episode did another great thing this episode did was showing us why. Because yeah, she saw some Wanda and Billy, and yeah, she made a connection with Billy while in WandaVision, but also she very, very clearly saw Nicholas within Billy. And that was a big part of why she felt so strongly about it. So between what they did in the 8th episode and how they wrapped it up, showing Agatha's past in this episode, I thought they did a great job with that. I think they told the story better than I thought they were going to, and I was happy with it in the end.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up that correlation between Nicholas and Billy. I just want to play this clip real quick of Agatha's really emotional moment at the end of episode 8.
Is this how Nikki died?
Yo, can we talk about
Get those porn awards?
We'll just talk about it. We'll talk about the important part right quick. And then I'm gonna segue because I'm gonna segue out of this conversation, close the loop on this one. This is a big deal. This is the gayest moment in the history of Disney.
That is true.
So far.
Not just Marvel, but I'm just saying this moment. Moment. This goes up in the iconic television kisses, like what's it, Aurora and Kirk.
Aurora and Kirk, yep.
Yeah, like we going back that far.
It's going up there.
First interracial kiss.
I just want
Beyond Darkness with Sulu kissing his husband.
Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Disney real quick because nobody gives you credit when you do good. They just talk shit about you when you do bad. So I just want to give a big shout out to them because this is what the gay community's been asking for. This is what the gay community's been asking for. No pussyfooting, no halfway through, and no what do they call it? Placating.
Yeah.
You know?
And Bill, I'll say I think that was also important because I think that opens up for Wiccan to have a romantic relationship moving forward. Yeah, we saw him have a boyfriend in this, but we didn't see any physical connection between the two. Whereas we've discussed before, in the comics, he had the first gay marriage. So I think that Agatha and Rio turning me on really opens the door for Wiccan to explore and show just his relationships moving forward.
Yeah. And then later turn us all on. And I do I do feel like like this is like a good stepping stone for them.
And it wasn't even in June.
Hey yo, no, I do feel like like to your point, this is a good like stepping stone into just like having more inclusion and representation in the Marvel films. And like like maybe we get like a full-on relationship in the next property. But I do want to talk about this last moment in episode. Let's talk about the first moments in the actual finale, where we get this flashback of Agatha's life, and we realize that Agatha created the road with her son, and it's all just really a ruse in order to trap gullible witches. I'm just gonna show this clip.
Of course, I will show you the way to the road. I know it by heart. First, we must gather a coven.
So yeah, it's all bullshit. It's just a song that she made up with her son, and now she just uses it to lure unsuspecting witches to steal their power. What did you guys think about this reveal?
Well, I mean, once we got that part, I was like, that makes sense, because at first I didn't like it, but it made sense because this is how we get to this situation where Billy has created this entire scenario, like his mother Wanda. Otherwise, it's stupid. Because they went down the witch's road. Right? So it doesn't like think about it, like literally without that Billy's part doesn't make sense, and without Billy's part this doesn't make sense. So I was happy overall with it, of course, but at the beginning I was like, this don't make no damn sense. What in the fuck is going on?
How exactly? Yeah, and I thought that was like the interesting twist there with him.
It was a twist
being the creator. What about you, Jack? What did you think of this?
Very similar to Bill. I was pissed at first too, and a lot of it for me was like, I mean, it's the adventure, the journey. So you're just saying like none of them, there weren't any. Like that was a bit annoying. But the more I thought on it, the more, again, just like Bill, it made absolute sense. It made sense. One, story wise, it made sense for Agatha's character. It showed how clever and conniving she can be. And it makes sense how she's lived this long. She's taken all this power and how she's able to find it. She's not just going around and starting fights. She's literally bringing her food to her and just like being like, all right, hop on the platters. It's time for me to eat. It was clever. It was brilliant, really. And it did lead to something that I really loved. And that was that montage. The montage while singing the Witch's Road and showing her in all those different times was so fucking cool and very well done. Dude, I mean, I cannot say enough good things about Catherine Hahn on most days. And then this show, every time I'm like, God damn it, are you fucking doing this? She somehow made it work.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, honestly, and I do want to play a clip from that montage real quick because I did love that.
Yes, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
I'm sorry, that was the thing.
I'm gonna find a real witch and have them curse you to always have hard nips.
No, look, I'm going to make sure we talk about the one thing that we have not talked about all night, and no one is talking about on television or on YouTube, and really didn't get much play in this show, in my opinion. The black lady.
Oh, it's just
who we still got.
It's a sheer she had an amazing she did an amazing job in this show. I felt like she was marginalized. I don't want to say marginalized, but like not used well. Oh shit, heavy spoilers. Shout out to heavy spoilers. Sorry, I got the comment right here. Okay. But yeah, she wasn't used well or enough, I should say. And or maybe she was used too soon, front loaded. Okay.
You know what I mean? But she's one of the last 3 witches in this episode. Like you'd think that you would get more of her.
She's technically the only one in the coven that survived because Billy's was never part of the coven.
Exactly. And they just kind of throw her away in a sense. And I feel like that was the failure of this show. Like they didn't really give that character much, and they clearly plan on using this character later down the road, right. Or at least we would assume so because of the way that she exited.
Better. I want to see her everywhere. I have not seen her in anything and not thought she was amazing.
I've never seen her anything before this, and she did an amazing job, man. It was
there
great.
was a Topher Grace show that went 3 seasons called Home Economics. She's awesome.
Topher Grace. Shout out to Topher Grace, friend of the show.
She was in that.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
He's a friend.
She's a big part of it, actually.
Topher Grace, yeah, he's a friend of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of her character in this show, and I feel like she got a lot of really great moments, especially in this big ensemble. You know, you have to pick your moments as far as writing good moments for all these different characters, but you know,
he had a big part in the Death's Hand in Mine episode, which was the highest rated of the season.
Yeah. Like she like very
Was
very
that
capable.
the one where she made the potion?
That's the one where Lilia dies, and she was the one who was like breaking her heart, like when she's screaming, "No, Lilia!" Like she acted her ass off in that scene.
Lilia was the Asian girl.
No, Lilia was the old bitch.
Old lady, yeah, garden lady. Which I
Oh,
personally
you mean Miss Hart.
Which
Y'all mean Miss Hart.
I personally
No.
Yeah.
The tarot card witch.
Oh, Lilia.
yeah,
Okay,
Lilia,
yeah, she was sad when Lilia died. You're right. She did a good job. I just feel
Yeah,
like
she
we
was,
didn't get enough of her. That's all. You know, I feel that. I feel what you're saying, though. I feel what you're saying.
And you know, at the end of the season, Billy is feeling very emotional because he realizes that this is all a ruse, and he
No, it wasn't. If it was a ruse, he was the ruser.
Right, exactly. And that's why he feels so like guilty.
God, once you get caught in the toilet, a ruse.
And that's why he feels so guilty, because he feels like, you know, he's responsible for all these people who died. I'm just gonna want to play this clip real quick.
But hey, he was.
People die in the Matrix, Alex. People die. When you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Here's just like a quick little clip of Ghost Agatha talking to Billy about just the ruse of the witches.
You're making fun of me. This is just one of your tricks.
The ballad was the trick. It was just a con to lure other gullible witches. The song doesn't mean anything. It never did.
Yeah, dummy.
I'll say this: she in that part of it, at least she never lied to him. She flat out was like, "Yeah, no, they're dead."
But
yeah, that was a con. Like
she
she was just like, "All right, yeah."
She also never lied to him through his illusion. She played along, knowing the entire time she was in his illusion. I thought that was amazing. And if y'all noticed that, right? Y'all noticed the little montage they went through.
Because montage.
Both like her reactions.
Shout out to also having a montage. That was awesome.
Even Rocky had a montage. Sorry.
Both her reactions to like all of like the things that are going on with like Billy and the illusion is like kind of reminiscent to everything that was Lillian was going on happening with her.
Oh yeah.
When they went back and showed us all that. Yeah.
When she was time jumping, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job, like you said, mementoing this show. You said that last week.
Yeah.
And they did a good job. No, actually, you know what? I think somebody else said it in the chat. And we agreed.
I'll tell you what, a lot of this show, even parts I didn't like in the moment, I ended up enjoying after everything's been revealed. Like one of the things I read was one of the posters on Billy's wall is a Buffy poster, but specifically from an episode where it was the musical episode of Buffy. Well, that's why they had to sing a song in one of those in one of their trials, you know, like
right.
So like little things, like they did do a very good. Billy's cape is patterned after Vision. Like they did little things in here that I think they just and Marvel's very good at throwing little Easter eggs here and there. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I was impressed with this show. I didn't want to like it. I didn't think I was going to like it. I came away from it pretty happy.
If you would, can you indulge me? Can you tell me not only your MVP for this show, but going back to
WandaVision?
Grotesquerie.
Okay.
I want you to give me your MVPs for our shows that are going on out of here. The shows.
All right. So interesting. You know what?
That's not right.
Okay. So this will be a bit different for me because I don't usually MVP the main characters. But for all three shows outside of the cartoon tonight, it's going to be the main female characters. For Penguin, I'm going Sofia Gigante, Kristen Milioti. Fucking amazing. she is throughout the series conveyed such an amazing range of emotions, while also like, I mean, she's going from a character who was nice and innocent to being one who we all thought was crazy. Then it turns out was kind of made to be crazy. Now dealing with the aftermath. Amazing. For Grotesquerie, I'm going with Lois, Nicey Nash.
Oh.
I think that I've always enjoyed her as an actor.
I think it's Niecy. I think it's
Is it Niecy? I just never know. I've always enjoyed her as an actor, but I feel like she's usually in a much more comedic role. Even roles where she's an officer of the law are like, she's the oh, what's going on? I'm going to have some fun. Let's all, like she's that character.
Yes, she is. Yes.
So it was really amazing watching her get to stretch her dramatic chops and do it in a way that, the show was all over the place anyway, and she nailed her parts. The alcoholic, the desperate person trying to realize, am I crazy or did I kill this guy? Like all of it. I was blown away with how good she was. And in Agatha, that one's probably going to be the hardest because there's so many great actors in it, but it's going to be for me, Catherine Hahn, obviously Agatha. Again, just she plays a lot of different roles while playing herself. And the difference between Krista Milioti and Niecy Nash, their characters is like their characters were thrust into these different roles, whereas Agatha's choosing to play different roles to get what she wants to get through things. In the first trial, she's already trying to trick everyone, but eventually she has to play along. In the musical trial, she's working Rio while she's also trying to like figure out how to get through it all. And then in this last episode, showing us Agatha's full lifespan and the issues and the things that she's gone through. Catherine Hahn fucking knocked it out of the park, man. So yeah, the main characters, and I would say Grotesquerie and Agatha. And I don't know if I'd call Kirstyn the main character. I wouldn't call her the main character in Penguin. That's obviously Penguin.
Yeah.
Alex, who would be your MVP of not only Agatha All Along, but all of the shows that we've talked about so far?
So far, yeah, I would say Andy is my MVP of
Andy Dufresne.
Of Invincible.
Oh,
my girl. Yeah, for Grotesquerie, I would say Niecy Nash, maybe. Fuck, I don't know. I don't like. I would say Niecy Nash. I would say Niecy Nash. Yeah, because she's acting her ass off on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Penguin, I would say. Yeah, it had to be Sophia Gigante. She's incredible. And I hope she wins all the awards next year. And is that everything? What was the fourth one?
Agatha All Along.
Agatha All Along, yeah. I would probably go with Aubrey Plaza as Rio.
It's fair.
She's really, really good. I love Catherine Hahn, and that's the easy choice. Agatha is just like she's incredible. The reason this show even exists is because Catherine Hahn has all the charisma in the world, and America wants more of her. But I do think that Aubrey Plaza did a really good job. Like she's usually just like the stoic, Wednesday Addams type of character. But I feel like she did a really good job.
He said Wednesday. I just love it. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like she did a really good job of being more just like broad and open and campy with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like it. But so that was all of them. You got all of them.
Yeah,
you covered all of them. You covered all of them.
What about you, Bill?
Man, I'm going with my MVPs. Well, I wasn't gonna go with MVPs for the Penguin, but you know what? I'm gonna start with that one, and I'm gonna go with the moms, at least for this episode.
I got you. Yeah,
I'm gonna stay within this episode. I'm going with the mom for this one. She's crazy, badass psychopath as well.
Fucking great.
Especially young mom and old mom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please on both. I agree.
For Fight Girl, man, that one I wasn't planning on one either, but I would go with Tony Baker's character.
Tony Baker?
Yeah. So you didn't look, next episode of this show, we're going to be talking about the actors. We're going to talk about the voice actors because it is incredible voice acting cast. And yes, Tony Baker plays the big blue guy who is in the Perm Gang.
Immaculate.
Yeah,
He plays Immaculate in the Perm Gang. Okay.
Perm Gang.
Captain Ginyu, I got you.
Exactly. And he's the only one who keeps saying Perm Gang. I don't think that they say that they're in the Perm Gang except for the fact that he says it, and it might be that he named them Perm Gang. I'm just telling you right now. Because that's how crazy Tony Baker is. Shout out to Tony Baker, friend of the show, friend of the family.
Friend of the show.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Immaculate.
Immaculate.
And
good choice.
Then what was my last one?
Did you say your penguin?
I said penguin. I said Fight Girl. Then I gotta go to Agatha, which is
All Along.
That's right. Don't be disrespectful.
Hell yeah.
Agatha All Along. I am going to go with the black dude, the black neighbor, the black dude,
the black neighbor.
Look, it was between a couple of people, but I really like honorable mention. Catherine Hunt, fucking amazing. God damn, killed it, fucking killed it.
Super
all the witches, Aubrey Plaza and Catherine were fucking getting into it though. Like they were making this extra. They were doing all the cackling witch screams and laughs.
Literally with Aubrey, yeah.
Like and when Agatha gets her powers back, she goes into it heavy. It's like like all of that is like
so witchy.
These witches is crazy. So I will give both of them honorary mentions. And you know what? Shout out to the dude who played Billy. I'm going to give him some props.
Good.
We didn't pay attention or mention his name mostly. We didn't even really talk about his performances. We talked a lot about the character, obviously, but his performances, we didn't really go into it a lot, but he did a really good job as well. So those are my honorable mentions. And the black lady, she almost
Joe Locke, by the way.
Joe Locke.
Yep. And Sashir Zamata.
Yeah, I know.
Sashir
Zamata.
Yeah, so I want to give them honorable mentions, but the black dude killed it.
He had a real good just one-liner in that episode too.
And IMDb says that no one knows his name. So
yeah, no, he had good lines all through this series.
Sometimes you want to go where nobody knows your name.
He's gonna see me in the streets and punch me in my throat.
No, he's gonna be like, "Thank you for actually talking about me on your show." Just my point is, he was clearly appreciated on set because he was on
David A. Payton.
David A. Payton.
He played Herb.
Yeah, he was her neighbor, and he was in the show a lot for someone who has no purpose to be in the show. So, so he clearly was loved, and he was
no
my
reason
MVP.
to be in the finale. Yeah.
He was my MVP for sure, man. I love that dude. He was great, and he was great in WandaVision too. Actually.
But guys, let us know what you thought of Agatha All Along. Are you interested to see what Billy and Agatha do in future MCU properties? Let us know in the comments. Jack, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Oh, thank you. You can always try and Skype me at Don Cheadles at Don Cheadles Driveway at littleDicky2.com. It's because of the hackers. You can find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram. But as usual, the easiest way, just be here on Monday nights.
You can be here, be present participate in your own education.
Yeah, please always tune in to Jeff's Comic Book Corner. And Bill, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Oh, Alex, you can find me every Thursday at 8 p.m. or 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Right here on the Drunk Bantha channel and Nerds at Night, and also Nerds at Night on Twitter. Man, please go on Instagram and make my job not pointless. Go on there and check us out as well. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the election on Tuesday. We're just gonna be watching it and hanging out and getting drunk and smoking weed and eating chicken wings.
Yes, there's gonna be check out the Drunk Banthas. The Bantha Butch Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 8:15 Color People time. Thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, but don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Wiccans, and may the force be with you.
And also with you.